Mwaka 2021 natumai kwamba umeamka vizuri. You've woken up well. This is the Thursday of 26th August 2021 and this is the Tackle Diaspora edition where we get to have a conversation with the Kenyans in diaspora on how best they think the country should run or how best they think they can participate in nation building and also in matters of policy and governance. This is Diaspora edition, the Thursday of 26th August 2021. Na karibu sana. I request that when you join in, please like. When you like, I get to know that you're watching us, and that way, like, please share. When you share, you give someone else an opportunity to watch the broadcast. This is the Tackle and begins now. Today, we want to also shine a spotlight on the UA. Let's say this. Okay, someone told me yesterday that the Gulf is many countries. It is Dubai, Qatar. I mean, it's like a conglomerate of countries. Ama kama venye sasa wanasema ati East Africa ni nchi, unajua tukisema Gulf ama wanasema UAE, watu wanafikiria kwamba ni nchi moja. Haya, karibuni watu to have a conversation around the labor issues in the Middle East and also in the Gulf regarding Kenyans. We've been hearing about complaints from Kenyans who go to work there. Wanasema kwamba wanagandamizwa pale. Someone told me as well that it's as good as slave trade. Ati pale unaenda sokoni unasema nataka huyu ni kama akona kifua kidogo ataenda kuinua sufuria and you pick there. I mean, it is some level of sanctioned slave trade, decorated slave trade. So you're going to have a conversation. The people who have said that they have done well there. They've made a lot of money there. They've been successful. And also those who are complaining and they're saying that we've had a very bad experience back there. So we're going to have a conversation with Kenyans who are working there and those as well who have worked there and have come back with different experiences, whether good or bad experience. We want to share. We want you to share it with us. You can join us via the link that I've shared on the comment section. That is the Google Meet link that I've shared on the comment section. You can click in and then you can join the conversation so we can have this conversation together. You're going to be joined by Gladof Edu from Dubai. She's worked in most of these countries in the Gulf. She's been in Qatar, and right now she's in Dubai. She's doing her things there. So she's telling us all his experience there. What is the right way to do these things? And as well, why is it that Kenyans complain about suffering there? Arama, I was having a conversation with Arama a few minutes ago as well, because he's on the panel from the US, and he was telling me, other outsiders or other workers or laborers from other countries like Philippines and all the other Asian countries that are treated differently from how Africans are treated in the Gulf and also in those countries in the Middle East. Anyway, before kabla tujaingia sana kwenye mazungumzo, lazima tuende mbele za Mungu tuombe, alafu kirudi na kuja kuwapa salamu zenu. Please join in. You can join the discussion via the link I've sent, the Google Meet link I've sent there. Unaweza ingia pale alafu tuanze na hiyo mazungumzo kabla tujaanza kuingia mazungumzo mengine. Haya, mighty Father, we come before you this morning. We worship you, God, for your name. Thank you for another opportunity to be alive. We thank you for this program. As we start off this conversation, may it edify the fabric of this country. Even as we start off with us, that every tackler that is joining us this morning, may you meet them at their point of individual needs. Yes, my name, I pray and believe. Amen and amen. Aya, Gladof Edu, mahali upo, tafadhali amka, mahali upo. Naona kina Amanda wameamka hapa na ukora asubuhi mapema. Haya, poleni kidogo. Elias Lagata anasema good morning. Be talk tuned in from Wazingishu County. Asante sana. Mungu alita continue. Morning team tackle tuning in from Coventry, United Kingdom. Good to be part of this morning Diaspora edition. Dixon Sambai, good morning. Gerard watching from Kemri, Kisian. Asante sana. Karoki Wamasi watching from Kayole and waking up Olga Kindu residents to watch this wonderful show. Asante sana. Cyrus Limo anasema good morning. Good morning to you, my brother Kishuki Kamau. Good morning. Good morning. Ernest Lagat, good morning. Good morning to you, sir. Senor Wako. Good morning, Gerald Bitok tuned in from Madare. Asante sana tu Madhare. Dennis Maina anasema Jarabito, good morning. Ongata Rongai Kajiado, asante sana tu Ongata. Good morning tuned in from Isiolo. Hiyo ni Kakife Kaki. Wewe kuna kesi kubwa sana. Dennis Kembai tuned in. Mheshimiwa Maingi Kawa Boy anasema tuned in from Kithika. Asante sana. Mwangi Simon Gasman tuned in from Deya Ombui. By the watu wa Deya, poleni sana kwa familia ya Mushendu, Peter Mushendu ambaye Governor P Mushendu ambaye anakujanga hapa aliweza kupoteza in-laws, his two brother-in-laws to an accident. Pole sana Mushendu. We are with you. We stand with you during this difficult period and we are praying for your family and we hope things are going to look up well. Poleni sana kwa familia kina Governor P Mushendu kwa kuweza kupoteza watu wenu wawili kwenye ajali. Pole sana. Also saw an accident yesterday in Nakuru. Let's say pole to those guys who lost relatives, who lost family members. We lost 6 people on an accident in Nakuru yesterday at Green State. So poleni sana kwa familia ambao waliweza kuangamiza ama kupoteza wenzao pale Nakuru. Poleni sana. We really sorry. We pray that God will also console you. Pole sana. And Mungu awe na nyinyi. Ombui, good morning to you, my brother. All the way from Diaspora as well. John W. Karaoke, good morning, Gerald Bitok. Florence Agora, tuned in from Kisumu. Asante sana, Flo. Joseph Katika watching from Kawa West. Kimutai Mark, good morning, tuned in from Voi. George Kadushi, good morning, everyone. Alex Mahera, tuned in from Kitengela. Dennis Kembai, good morning. Good morning to my brother. George Kaduji, present from Mandera. Santa Ana Mandera. Ondiek Nyarthako, tuned in from Jobak. Asante sana. K. Robert M, good morning from Utawala. Good to see you. Robert Sami Kemboy, good morning. Bitok, tuned in from Isiolo. Kibet Dennis, tuned in from Westlands, Nairobi. Leonard Seremo, there from Diaspora. Anasema good morning, all watching from Sydney. We are still in lockdown. Corona ipo. Take care. Pole sana ndugu yangu Leonard Sirma. Poleni sana. I hope things are going to clear up soon. Kikembai Plaxon, good morning, Bitok. I'm watching from Narok County. Frankie Toy, salimia rafiki yangu Cherotich Sei there. Linda Katiba daima. Asante sana. Thank you so much, brother, for joining in this morning. Toy Kiblagat Arab Kemboy, good morning, tuned in from Voi. Asante sana tu Voi. Nawapenda zaidi. Nangojea hapa. Naona Haroni amefika pale. Asante sana. Jola Rama na kuona. Asante. Nasubiri Fedu. Glado Fedu, sijui kwa nini simuone. Achani text kidogo hapa. Haya, meanwhile Arama, acha nikupe nafasi ya kuweza kusalimia wananchi wako. Mwapotelea sana kwa muda. Naona Rona Magut ameingia. Frederico Diambo from Mombasa, asante sana. Naona Francis Ruiru Njoroge anasema checked in from Brooklyn, New York. Asante. Balosi Eric Meja Seragea Likuyani, Kakamega County, already tuned in. Asante. Costa Omondi, good morning Pitok. Keep up informing us. Costa Omondi from Bondo. Asante sana tu Bondo. FJ Dema KE anasema good morning Jira. Good morning to you sir. Honorable Kenneth Kip tuned in from Masop Nandi. Wacha niangalie watu wa YouTube kidogo. Sija wakalalamika. I think we have some guys on YouTube as well. When you're joining, please mute. Ukiingia ndani tafadhali mute kwanza hadi nikupe nafasi uweze kuzungumza, lakini ukiingia tafadhali piga mute kwanza alafu ndio tuweze kuwasiliana. Haya. Naona nani huyo mwingine? Okay, let me look at YouTube for a minute. Tuniangalia watu wa YouTube. Okay. Haya. Nani pale YouTube? Joel Kibet, good morning. Good morning to you, Joel. Asante sana. The guys as well on YouTube, I can say ndio tumeingia YouTube sasa hivi. The guys on YouTube, karibuni sana. Welcome to the conversation. Abdin Asir Watsama, someone checking in from Sweden. Asante. Nemaya Kiprop, good morning Nairobi. John Diki wa Naina, good morning all Nairobi. Roban Degwa at London, Dani. Asante sana. Faith Jacob, no, good morning. Gerard tuned in from Karen. You can actually join in. If you're in Diaspora and you'd wish to join the conversation, I've sent the link there. The link is on the comment section. The Google Meet link is on the comment section. Let me just pin it for you, but you can join the conversation ndio tuweze kuzungumza pamoja. The link is on yeka pale kwenye comment section. It's now pinned on the comment section, so you can click in and join. If you're in Diaspora, we want also to know what has been your experience in Diaspora, especially for those guys who are in the Arab Emirates or in the Gulf, ama wale watu ambao wako pale Middle East. Nimeambiwa hii mambo hatuelewi sana, bali ni wale ambao wanaielewa zaidi wataweza kutuambia. Hi Harama.
Yes.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Gerald.
It's been a long time.
Long time.
But potelea sana baba.
Mimi niko bwana, saa zingine unajua hii plantation, kazi ya plantation inakuanga hivyo. Yeah.
Chairman, unapotea ovyo ovyo bila plan.
Sasa unajua saa zingine lazima uende kutafuta unga. Na kazi zingine saa zingine you do a lot of work and you get tired, you sleep mapema. But pia I think we had some technical issues for almost a whole week.
Yeah, we had a problem this time. We had a problem for a whole week.
Yeah.
Poleni. Ndio maana nabukupea assignment.
Yeah. Yeah, hiyo assignment utafanya.
Haya, salimia wangwana.
Yeah, good morning Kenyans. Naona my brother Kip amejoin pia.
Yeah.
It's been a while, but it's a good opportunity. Wacha tuongee mambo, tusaidiane kama wa Kenya. Maarifa na opinions, and we support one another. I believe in being a brother's keeper or a sister's keeper for that matter.
Sure.
Tukiwa when we are outside the country, we are all Kenyans. Hakuna mtu anataka kujua tumetoka Rift Valley, sijui wewe ni nani, sijui wanakuambia you are a Kenyan. And even once they saw you are an African, so they don't even care.
Wataka kujua ukabila pale.
Hata wajue ni nini. Anakuuliza, "Oh, are you from Africa?" Unawaambia Kenya. What is that? Some people don't even know. So, but it's a good lesson for us when we are out here. Can we be together and support one another? Yeah.
And there's the one interesting thing, Harama, now that you mentioned that, I remember there's a time I was in China, Shanghai.
Yeah.
And then I've always had this bracelet. Now I had it on my left. I had two of them actually. So this was one of them. And then I had another one on the left. So you know the way it's hot. I think it was hot that time. So I was just walking with a t-shirt on the streets. Then someone stopped me. Hey, Mambo. You know, just by the side of the bracelet. They never asked me which community do you come from, which side of the country do you come from. They're so excited to have a Kenyan. So we went to the Band Garden. You know, the Band. There's a garden called the Band there in Shanghai. Very beautiful garden. So we went there and we were just having a conversation. You ask Kenyans, you know, how is home? You know, what are you doing here? What are things? We never really, for a minute, I never even bothered to know where this guy comes from. No. You know, but I mean, it was a point of excitement for meeting a fellow Kenyan, not meeting a fellow tribeman, but meeting a fellow Kenyan. So I think the mediocrity comes down when we come back here. Now you start looking at the Rama, the Mukisi, Mabitok, the Munini.
To me, Bitok, it doesn't matter. I mean, for me, I'm one thing I say, I'm blessed because I was born and raised in Molo. So Molo is a cosmopolitan area. I had friends from all walks of life. The only time we had an issue ni wakati tulikuwa na ile clashes ya 1991. But still, we are still friends. Even now, a lot of people who are perceived to be enemies, we are friends. I mean, there are things that transcend some of these small issues at tribe. You know, tribe is good. It's your identity. It makes who you are. But we need to move to the next level, which is we are Kenyans. And then if we come together as Kenyan, then we can move to the next level. We are Africans. Let's come together as Africans. We need to support one another. There is no time, Gerald, hata kama tunatembea anywhere, I find a Kenyan stranded. Ati naanza kumuuliza wewe unatoka wapi? No, you are a Kenyan, twende nyumbani. End of story. I mean, there is no discussion there. You know, I will feel offended that I am in an area where there is a Kenyan and the Kenyan is suffering because he doesn't know other Kenyans. We are not there to help when somebody has a problem. It shouldn't be that way. So it's obvious. And you know, if we can do it here, then we can translate that back home and tell people, you know what? At the end of the day, and to me, it goes back to the same thing I tell people all the time. When the rubber meets the road, ukiwa na shida Bitok, mtu wa kwanza unaendea ni wa neighbor, next door neighbor. Boss, leo pesa ya mafuta nimeishiwa kidogo. Ama sukari imeisha kwa nyumba, ebu nichotee hapo kikombe moja ndio watoto chai. You know, you go to the next person to you. You have maybe a death or someone sick. Ukiwa na kadi ya Harambee unaenda kutafuta your MP first. So you go to your neighbor next to you.
Unaenda kwa jirani kwanza.
Unaenda kwa jirani kwanza. So if we accept that concept and start from there, man, we'll have we'll lead a better life, because then we will hold everybody else accountable.
Okay. All right, Kips, Jambo.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
It's been quite a while as well.
Well, Wikimbili is not that much.
Ni mingi bana.
Yes. I've seen a lot of new development, and I've been one person to stay out of politics. But I'll beg to differ this time around. I'll get into it. And I normally don't take sides when it comes to politics. I've always taken the so-called high road. If it means I'm getting to whatever is after the high road, there's low road. If that's a word, I'll take that one.
Trenches.
Yes. So this well, I'll still respect him. The president of Kenya comes out and takes an interview, of which we expected from him. It's a noble thing to do. Unfortunately, as always, keeping up with this character, the president was provoked in a corner, and he came back biting. Unfortunately, we are used to it, and that one doesn't face us. President Uhuru Kenyatta did go looking for Right Honorable Raila Odinga. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem therein came when you sideline someone who has been with you, fought with you, and then you claim like you're bringing Kenyans together. How do you claim that you're bringing Kenyans together when you're tearing the bridges that you have built apart? So Uhuru coming out swinging and acting like he cares about Kenya. Let me tell you what Uhuru cares about. So-called legacy. There's absolutely nothing apart from what happened between 2012 or 2013 to 2017. After the election of 2017, Uhuru Kenyatta showed his weakness that he can actually get distracted easily and he can be, somehow he can forget where he came from. So, on him asking the deputy president to step aside, whether deputy president likes it or not, we are the one who put him there. He's not going nowhere. He will not go anywhere. Even if he tries, we'll hold him there. And Uhuru Kenyatta can come pass through us. Remember, I said I don't take political sides. But on this one, I am taking. On Uhuru Kenyatta has tried to accuse a deputy president of opposing the government. Even your own wife can oppose you if you are not doing the right thing in your own house. Deputy president is a man with minds and the brains. He has also rights that are guaranteed by the Constitution of Kenya. Not only the Constitution of Kenya, even Charter of Human Rights guarantees freedom of expression. Deputy President of Kenya does have those rights. He can express himself the way he wants, and he can protect the Constitution that he swore to protect, and that's exactly what he was doing. There is no way that he's been given some work and he has failed to undertake. BBI was not and has never been the work of Jubilee government. It was work of two gentlemen who came and shake hands. We've shaken hands here at kwa umbali, but does that mean we have to shove it the throats of everyone else? Absolutely not. So he cannot come here swinging left and right and threatening and making us feel like we are invited to that government. No, we formed that government. Even me myself, I voted for that Jubilee government, and I'm not going nowhere.
You're not resigning.
Of MPs to resign, no way. The threats of MPs to resign, and this pedestrian argument of people telling deputy presidents to somehow step aside. Nobody invited deputy president to that formation. He joined it, he formed it. If he's moving, he'll move when the house is disintegrating into the ground. So he will take mamiti mbao nini. Even me, I will claim something out of it. So we are not going nowhere. He can chime up and down all he wants, but we are not going nowhere.
You're not going nowhere.
In terms of absolutely. In terms of in terms of BBI, this guy claims that BBI brings people together. We've seen, and I'm not trying to play, the same thing that people have said, and absolutely, they're very right. The BBI was very divisive. It failed, and even the things that they claim that BBI was trying to bring, they can do that through parliament. We don't have to amend constitution or through popular initiative to do that. And if you wanted opposition leadership in parliament after election, those things are actually good, but we can sit down and agree upon them. If you wanted the expansion of the executive, those things we can sit down as Kenyan people and talk about it. But you don't have to kick people left and side on the teeth, and then you think you're bringing people together. That's not going to happen.
Okay. All right. Arama, naona tumeingia kopezi, lakini I want us to turn this back a bit. I'm waiting for Fedu to come in, and I'm also waiting for someone else who's almost joining. She says she has a story about what is happening in the Gulf and the UAE.
Yes.
So maybe before we get back to But anyway, I think since Kips has already sent us there, I was waiting for these guys to join us. I think we can just talk about it because those are the current affairs that have been happening in the country. We can chime on that. I don't know what your thoughts are about the things that have been happening in the country.
First of all, let me say this: Kip, congratulations for making that decision to roll your sleeves and go roll on the ground with the people. I fully support your endeavor. Na nitakurushia shilingi 10 hapo bwana, uende hata ununue mandazi kwa barabara ukiongea na wananchi. So
ameamua Kips is going for something.
Jamaa ameamua.
Hajasema bwana.
Jamaa ameamua bwana.
Tangaza msimamo wewe mtu wa Mungu. Hiyo si there's a song that used to be sung there.
So that at least you say I tried. Whatever happens, you tried, and if people get a privilege of selecting you to represent them, just know we are going to hold your feet on the fire. Hatuta ukikuja kwa tako tutakutako kwanza izitavaa helmet kabisa na boots.
Kwanza tuna record sahi akilima serikali. Siku yake itafika.
I think we'll play back this. Yeah.
Look, with my experience in US and in Australia, I've seen how the government work.
Yes.
And how the partnership between the people and the government should work for the people. So for me, it's not about going to some advocate for anything else, but for people and make our tax work. Our government should be giving us a breakdown of our taxes working. In this country, they will tell you 20% of your tax went to human services. Certain percentage of your tax went to making the roads and all that. There's a breakdown, and so for me, that one we must fix it. There's a lot of things. We'll still talk about that. There's a lot of things that Joel Kipchumba is going to forget for, and that's the reason why I'll be presenting myself to run for member of parliament of Chesumei in Nandi.
I thought you come from KSS. So I think, Rama, since all these guys are here, I can see our good friend Fedu has joined in from Dubai. I can also see Josephine Kagali has joined in as well. She worked, I don't know, she'll tell us where she worked, and I think she has a story on experience there. So that we're able to eat this fast before, because I know Fedu might disappear anytime to go back to work. So maybe we can start with the issues of the Middle East and the Gulf. She'll also tell us Gulf nini, because I think for me, you're the wholesale. You're one of the same. Yes. Good morning, Fedu. Fedu. Glado. I commuted, eh?
Yeah.
Unmute yourself. Fedu, please unmute yourself. Okay. Please unmute yourself, meanwhile, Fedu. Josephine, good morning. Josephine. Haya, ni kama Josephine pia commuted. Please unmute yourself, Josephine. Wacha niona Kate hapa. Kate Kimngati. Kate, good morning. All these guys are muted. Kate Kimngati, please unmute yourself.
Do they have a delay, or I'm not sure what's going on their end?
Because
I see them. They hear us.
I don't know if Kate can hear us. Oh, I think Fedu is back. Fedu, unanisikia?
Yeah, nakusikia.
Mambo?
Yep.
Nakusikia. Niko poa. Niko salama kabisa.
Umetoweka sana bwana.
I was coming to work.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Pole.
So itabidi umetutumia kwa kitu ndio tukusamee.
Of course.
You're allowed to untie us.
Breakfast. Yeah.
All right. So maybe you can introduce yourself to these guys who are watching us this morning.
So my name is Gladys Koich. I'm at Gladys Chebet, or Chebet the comedian, Chebet comedy on Facebook. Yeah, and I work in Dubai.
You work in Dubai?
Yes, from Eldoret.
Okay. What do you do in Dubai?
Yeah.
Mbona kuna mtu ako nyuma? Hiyo ni mtu ako nyuma yako ama ni picha?
Hapa ni ofisi yangu.
Okay, that's nice.
It's a tours and travel company.
Congratulations.
In ofisi yangu. So I issue Dubai visas. It's a business.
Okay.
So Dubai visas are not done by they're not done by the embassy direct. you can't huwezi jiapplyia visa yako from Kenya just like that directly to the embassy.
Yeah.
You need a sponsor for you to sponsor you to be on visit. So that sponsor comes in as us. So tunakuja in as a sponsor for you to come in. So we issue Dubai visas, all types of visas. Kuna tourist visas, kuna freelance visas, family visas, all those employment visas, yeah. That kind of visas, any type of visas to UAE, not just Dubai. Dubai is just a city. As I told you, Dubai is just one of the states in the UAE. So when you issue a visa, it's a UAE visa. It's not just a Dubai visa. It doesn't show Dubai or anything. It shows it's a UAE, it's a United Arab Emirates visa.
Okay.
So it's not just Dubai. Dubai is just one of the cities in the UAE. There are 7 states here.
Okay.
Which Dubai is one of the states. There is Abu Dhabi, which is the capital city, and then there's Ajman, there's Sharjah, there's Fujairah, there's Ras Al Khaimah. So there are 7 states which are ruled by different people, but they have one king who is in Abu Dhabi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mudozi
the
yako Abu
prime
Dhabi.
minister is the, yeah.
Mudozi yako Abu Dhabi.
Mkubwa wa Abu Dhabi, alafu prime minister ndio ruler wa Dubai.
Okay. So I think we start from there. Can you define for us, where is Gulf, where is Middle East, where is UAE? Tuanze na Gulf. Gulf ni nini na UAE ni nini na Middle East ni nini?
So Gulf, Middle East ni Arabic countries. They are Arab countries with Islamic law. So Gulf ni kama kusema East Africa.
Okay.
So Gulf comprises of different countries. So when you say Gulf, there's Qatar in it. There's UAE, which has 7 states in it. So see, Dubai iko inside the UAE. So UAE has 7 states. So it's like a country, ni kama Kenya iko na counties. You understand?
Yeah.
So UAE is one of them. Qatar is one of them. Bahrain is one of them. Kuwait is one of them. Saudi Arabia is one of them. And every country has its own ruler. They are ruled by kings.
Okay.
Gulf is ruled by kings. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there are different rulers for different countries, and there are different rules for different countries. You get, yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's go direct to the issues of the day. I'm sure you've seen the news and the issues that have been going on around Kenyans who are working in the Middle East and the UAE, as I'll call them, all of them, wholesale Arab Emirates.
Okay.
You've seen what has been the experience. There has been people complaining that they have been mistreated, borderline slavery. We have people who have come back complaining about the way they've been treated there. We've had Kenyans who have been evacuated, either dead or alive. Some other people have come in a casket. And I would want to know, which countries have you worked in the Arab countries that you've worked? Where have you worked? And what has been your experience? And why do you think Kenyans, because I also saw even Ethiopians also complaining, why is that when Africans work there, there's a bad experience as related to it? I saw Jimmy Gate, who apparently runs an agency, they're saying that, the problems that Kenyans go through there are problems that they invite to themselves. I don't know what's your feeling on that.
First of all, if you realize the people who are being mistreated, mostly in households. You understand? You'll never see someone from working in an office somewhere complaining that wamekuwa mistreated. No. It's always households. Whereas you expect that, remember Arabs bado wako na ile kitu ya slavery. Unaona ile slavery that Africans were slaves here?
Yeah.
So, wako nayo. So, first of all, Saudi Arabia is one of them. Enye inachukua households sana. Africans sana. And remember, with their mentality, ile ya Africans bado wako hawachoki.
Sisi ni matrakta.
Yeah, like hauchoki. That's why Mwarabu akikuona as a household, akikuona umekaa chini bure, anaweza hata kukuambia uoshe roof.
Yeah.
Just to see you working. You understand? So, unaona, what I'm trying to say is, when you are mistreated sana ni households. Na wamechukuliwa kutoka Kenya. Ukiona mtu amekwambia ati unalipiwa ndege, umelipiwa ticket, as in umelipiwa ticket, you've been paid for everything to go and work there. Nini inakuja kwa akili yako when you know everything is free?
Yeah.
You will pay for it.
There's a bait, yeah.
You umenunuliwa. That's why in an agency, unasikia in an agency unasikia in an agency mtu anakujanga, someone comes ataka huyu.
We've lost you. We've lost you, Fedu.
Ni kama it's kind of it's some kind of ni kama
soko ya nyanya. Haya, naona kidogo, I think your network is breaking a bit. I don't know if Josephine, you're trying to fix your network. I don't know. Josephine, can you hear us? If you can hear us, please unmute yourself. This is one of the victims, Fedu, and I want you to have a conversation with her as well. I can see as well, Kips is disagreeing with you on a number of things, while Arama is agreeing with you. So let me try and pull in Josephine, who is a victim. Josephine, please, come on, nisikia tafadhali unmute. Tafuta pale button imeandikwa unmute. Tafadhali unmute yourself. Josephine, please unmute yourself.
Kama anatumia headset sometimes in a block microphone. So
okay.
If you're on a computer or something,
Josephine, I think amekuja ama, I don't know. Josephine, please unmute yourself. Unmute yourself, Josephine. Josephine, unmute yourself. Come on and scare tafadhali, unmute yourself. Aya, let me please. I can see your back, Fedu. Continue with your thoughts so that I can throw it back to this gentleman. I think they have something to say.
So, it's fine. It's fine. So, I don't know if you can still hear me.
Yes, I can hear you clearly. Yes.
Yeah. So come to understand, unaona umelipiwa, unaona mtu anaenda, Mwarabu anaenda kununua, sorry to use this word, anaenda kununua. It's like wanaenda, they just come and say I want this one. Unaona? Ukienda ni kama anaenda kukufanyia testing, kama hakutaki anakurudisha kwa ofisi. Unaona? So it's not the same as someone mwenye amejileta mwenyewe. Let me talk about Dubai. Dubai, because we issued Dubai tourist visas. So it's better tumia pesa to gain your own freedom. Unaona? Tumia pesa to gain your own freedom. Kuja kama tourist, alafu kuja utafute nini? Kuja utafute kazi. Jobs are there. Jobs ziko mingi sana, and because they can't hire directly from Kenya, lazima ujilete mwenyewe. You understand? Lazima ujilete mwenyewe. Kuja mpaka hapa, kuja go to interviews, attend interviews, get a job, and you get a residence visa, alafu ukae hapa as a free person. You get? That's why most of the people, they go to, as in, watu wanaenda kwa hizo za manyumba, maybe because they don't have funds. They don't want to borrow, which I understand them. They want to, wanataka kujitafutia pesa yao, maybe so that tomorrow they can come and pay for their own freedom outside here, and now they come the right way, so that there's no mistreatment anymore. Yeah. So basically, ni ukuje as a like now Dubai does this. Unakuja on a tourist visa. Tuseme ya 3 months. Once you come in, unakuja unatafuta a place called bed space. Sisi kwenye tulikuja, we didn't know anyone. Sio kama saizi wenye tuko wengi saizi. Now when you come, you can at least inbox someone, nitafutia bed space, so that when I'm coming to just pay and start the hustle from there. You get it? So you come here, first of all, unatengeneza visa, which I issue them. I issue visas. So I help you get a visa. Alafu unakuja, unabook a ticket, and you just come over here. Ukifika, when you reach the airport, sasa tunatafuta mtu, maybe if you want me to help you, someone mwenye atakupick kutoka kwa airport to the bed space that you're supposed to stay. Alafu, what you do is you start hustling from there. Jobs are online. Alafu unaitwa interviews. Unaitwa interviews. Once you're called for interviews, now you can go and attend an interview, a job of your own choice. A job of your own choice. Leo ukienda job na useme utaki hii, you don't want a sales job. A sales job. Maybe you want a customer service job. So you apply for it. Because there are many, they're online. Alafu you attend interviews. Alafu once you get a job, kampuni ita cancel ile visit visa yenye ulikuja nayo and gives you an employment visa of 2 years. Unaona? Umejileta, hujatumia agency yoyote.
Okay.
And once you get that visa, you go for medical, which the company takes you. Alafu now you get an Emirates ID. An Emirates ID is a UAE ID. Now you remain as a resident. You get benefits like a UAE resident. Yani all the benefits that a UAE resident gets.
Okay.
And now you're free. Now you can go home anytime. You can come home. You can come this side. You can go for your leave. Now you're free.
So you're encouraging Kenyans to avoid using agencies to come to the Middle East.
Not just all agencies, because they are genuine agencies. But this is the perfect way to get a job of your own choice.
Okay.
If you really want a job of your own choice, you just spend to come over here. Ujitafutie wewe mwenyewe. Ujipeleke mwenyewe kwa HR. You understand?
Yeah.
And then you can negotiate your salary peke yako bila broker who is an agent mwenye tayari alishakutafutia kazi when you're in Kenya. Because Kenyans fail by, I can't say they really fail, because there are some who really want a ready job. Unalipa ndio ukuje tu kama umeingia job. So unajua agency yako hapa katikati amesha kunegotiate salary, amesha kuchuzia the kind of job you have. But once you come yourself, you won't need any broker katikati yako na employer.
Okay.
There's no broker between you and the employer. Which you can come, we can guide you on how to get those jobs. We can show you the sites that jobs are there. We can show you how to write a UAE CV, kwa sababu si CV ya ukweli.
Yeah.
There's a way you
Mchongo.
Huwezi kuja ati wewe ni engineer Kenya. That's why I normally tell people, put your papers aside and hustle like a dropout. It happens outside there. Go to the USA, go to Australia. Mtu unaenda kama engineer, unaanza kama caregiver. Hustle like a dropout. I mean, ulikuwa umesomea wapi caregiving? No. But just hustle like a dropout.
Okay.
Put your papers aside and hustle like a dropout. So ukifika hapa, we show you how to do it.
Okay. Hi, Josephine. I can see you, but I cannot see your microphone. Please, tafuta kwenye screen. Kuna mahali imeandikwa unmute. Mahali kuna microphone hivi, finya hapo. Kifinya hapo, itakuleta direct kwa studio. Sijui kama uiona button. Bas. Sijui kama umekuja. Haya, jambo.
Jambo, morning.
Morning to you, Josephine. How are you?
I'm good, Gerald.
Ulishindwa kutafuta barabara ya studio?
Hey, I failed, I know. How are you?
Salama sana.
Thank you.
Tuambie mambo yako, uko Nairobi, si ndio?
Nimekuwa kabisa hapa maybe for almost 8 months, Nairobi.
Okay, so tulikuwa umeenda wapi kazi?
Nilikuwa nimefanya Riyadh na nimefanya pia Baghdad.
Okay.
Yeah, Baghdad.
Baghdad?
Iraq.
Ala? Iraq kwa kina nani? Saddam Hussein?
Yeah.
Ulikuwa unaenda kutafuta nini huko?
Tafuta pesa.
Maisha.
Yeah.
All right, so how was your experience, Josephine?
My experience naweza sema wakati nimefanya kazi kwa hawa watu wanaitwa Waarabu, ninaweza nikasema they are all the same.
Okay.
Arabs are just all the same. Ukienda Riyadh, ukienda Dubai, ukienda Doha, ukienda Iraq, Arabs are just the same people. Unaona? So mimi naweza kusema my experience kwa nchi inaitwa Saudia, it was a horrible experience. Nilipigwa for the first year until nika sink into total depression.
Wow.
Nikafika mahali for like 3 months nilikuwa ninaamka asubuhi nikijifikiria vile naweza amka nijiue. But nilifika like 8 months nika realize these people, yani Arabs anataka kusukume kwa wall, akufrustrate, yani awe ana make sure amekumess up your head 24/7.
Wow.
Sasa nikakaa like 8 months nikaanza kusema is either niwacha hawa kwawe wananipush the way they want 24/7 stress, ama mimi sasa after 8 months nilifika mahali nikalia, nikachoka, nikasema enough is enough. That is when I started to leave.
Okay. So nani alikuwa anakupiga na kwa nini?
Mimi naweza sema Arabs, hizi nchi za Kiarabu usije ukasikiza ati story sijui alienda akafanya nini. Mwarabu nadhani problem ya Arabs ni their head. Unajua their traditions, how they live their life, how they think. Nadhani they are still far. Unaona?
Yeah.
Mwarabu hatakangi asikia ati you are sick. hata kange asikia ati usikii vizuri ama uko stress ama uko nini mgonjwa. Arab country ukitoka jeka ujue unaenda kufanya job for 20 straight hours. Non-stop. Hakuna off, hakuna kupumzika. Unaona? So second year nilifika mahali nilianza kukua rude. Nasikianga rude. Nimepigana hiyo nyumba vita miaka 2. Total fight. Vita. Ukinipiga ni kuhit back.
Uliamua kwa Rambo.
Yani Mwarabu nimepigana Saudi for 2 years.
Wow. So who was beating you? Nani alikuwa anakupiga? Ni mama wa nyumba, watoto wa nyumba ama bwana wa nyumba?
Mama wa nyumba, mzee wa nyumba, kijana wa nyumba, yani everybody was on me. But nikakuja nikathink, wow, nikiendelea kuamkanga kila siku nikilia na hawa watu siwezi oboa kabisa hii nyumba. So the second year was a total fight.
So let's take it back a bit. How did you go there? How did you end up in those countries?
Unajua sometimes nimesikia huyu mwingine akiongea vile wewe mwenyewe unaweza enda Arabuni ukanini your own freedom, but can we at least sit back as Kenyans na tuongee ukweli? Manake wacheni niwaambie Kenyans kuko na nini stress. Unasikianga stress?
Yeah.
Umeamka asubuhi, hauna rent, hauna food, umejaa debts, uko na kids, uko na school fees ya kulipa, hauna choice, hauna otherwise. Unaona? Sasa ndio mimi nikienda nchi ya Kiarabu ilikuwa 2014. Unaona? Na hiyo 2014 ndo I was single, sina mtoto, lakini my own life peke yake ilikuwa yani nilikuwa totally stressed na life. Sina rent for almost 8 months.
Wow.
Sina hata kiatu, acha nikwambie. Sina nguo, nilikuwa nimefika life ya mwisho. Kwa hivyo akisema ati hawa agents kwenye unaweza ukabuy your own freedom. Yes, mimi naweza kuambia kama unaweza ukatafuta agent ukabuy your own freedom, sawa, buy it. Lakini let us sit down and tell the truth, each other the truth. Kenyans tuko na shida, Kenya iko stress, Kenya kuna njaa, Kenya kuna struggle, Kenya kuna tabu. Unaona? Sasa unajua watu ile ilifanya nikienda Arabuni ni juu ya nini? Ni shida, ni juu ya stress. I was so stressed. So nikaenda nini agent mwingine, nikaenda meet agent, akaniambia yani anaweza akanihelp aniprocessia kila kitu, passport, traveling, kupimwa, medical, ticketing, visa, everything. Sasa wakati alimaliza ile process, akaniambia sasa we ni kujiandae ufanye nini? Utravel. Sasa unajua ile kutravel kufika airport, wacheni niwaambie, hiyo airport kuna watu wenye wako hiyo airport, they know exactly this is wrong. Lakini sasa nchi yetu hii agents ni naweza nikakwambia
Nikatel
greedy.
Yeah.
Kuna specific flights ya kuenda hizo nchi Arabuni. Unaona? Sasa wakati tulienda tukashuka hiyo nchi ya Saudia, airport yenyewe mnaanza kukua mistreated kwa airport. You are treated like just yani ni vitu yani mko hopeless. Mnakuwa kuanza kuwa mistreated kwa airport. Tukakaa kwa airport almost for 8 hours kwa airport. Hiyo airport mnafichwa huko chini kabisa, hakuna dirisha, hamuoni jua, ni stima tu yuko huko chini, mnafichwa kwa airport huko chini. Ndio sponsor wako akikuja, wakuja wakuscrutinize, wakucheck, wakufunguanisha manguo, wakucheck kama uko na anything. Akikuja kuchukua, unaona? Sasa sisi tulienda tukiwa nini group. Sasa ule agent huko wakati alikuja kutuchukua airport, alitupeleka place nyingine, sijui ndio walikuwa wanaita nini. Na kuambia place iko crowded, choo zimeblock, hakuna food, hakuna space hata ya kuoga. It was horrible. And then ule sponsor wako akikuja kuchukua, hakuna mahali ati umeketi na yeye ati muongea ati hivi ndio itakuwa. Unakujanga ukichukuliwa from the office, haujui Kiarabu, haujui nini inaendelea. Nakwambia the whole situation, nakwambia huwa ni nini traumatizing. Arabuni ni traumatizing, wacha nikwambie. Sasa mi nikakuja ni sponsor anakuja kuchukua, hauongeangi na huyo sponsor, hauongei na mtu ofisini, you don't know anybody. Unaona? Anakuja anakuchukua yugo. Unaenda kufika hakunanga ati story ya kukaa chini waanze kukuambia sisi tunakaanga hivi ama hii ndio. Yaani hata ile kidogo muonge. Manake kitu ya kwanza you are new there. Unafikanga ukienda straight kufanya kazi. Umechoka, umetravel, umechoka na unaingianga kwa nyumba ya mtu unaenda straight kufanya kazi. Ukafanya kazi nini ikakuwa nzuri, wakakuwa good for the first few days. Waacha baada ya wiki mbili. Waacha baada ya wiki mbili bito. Nikaanza kunyimwa chakula. Chakula ilikuwa inaiva, huyo mama atakufukuza na akuite umbwa. Unaona? Huyo mama atakufukuza na akuite umbwa. Toka hapa, kwenda kabisa huko nje umbwa wewe. Watakula food yao wamalize, hawakuachii hata tone ya food. Wakuachii chakula. Unaona? Sasa mimi nikajaribu kuambia huyo mzee hapana, mimi nikamcomplainia, nikamwambia ile nini nilisign paper ile nilisign nilisema hivi na hivi. Mzee akajaribu kuwa mzuri, but the wife mama alikuwa ni pepo nusu. Sasa you know Kenyans unajua tumezoea, hata though tuko na shida hatujazoea ile kitu. Unaona mtu amepika chakula yake amekula kwa sahani, almost a finish, arudi achukue plate ya huyu hakuweke hizo sasa zenye zimebuni hapo, achukue plate ya mwingine akushukishie hizo fundi zenye. Saudia ukienda ujue you are going to eat leftovers from their plates for 2 years.
So hivyo ndio ulikuwa ukikula kwa miaka miwili?
Leftovers. Wanakula wamalize, na unajua they eat with their hands. Wakimaliza huyu achukue plate yake akuwekee nini zake leftovers zake, ndio usikia akikwambia huwa ikula. Nikaangalia hiyo life nikasema sitaweza. By the time nilikuwa nafika 1 month, nikifikiria ninafaa kuishi life kama hii for another 2 years, I was totally depressed. Fatigue. Na unajua sasa kule unaamka saa 2 asubuhi na utafanya kazi kutoka saa 2 asubuhi non-stop hadi 4 in the morning. Haulali. Au pumziki. Sasa huyo mama naye, yani huyo mama alikuwa toxic. Sasa alikuwa anaona umefanya kazi kwa nyumba yake, umemaliza, jioni akwambie kiko mtu mwingine pia uende ufanye kazi nyumba nyingine, ukimaliza hiyo nyumba tena akutransfer nyumba nyingine. Hivyo ndio ilikuwa ikienda for 2 years. Sasa mimi nikafika mahali nikaambia mzee hapana, contract ile nilikuwa nimesign haikuniambia hivi. Sasa unapata naye mzee naye ukikataa kwenda kuosha nyumba za watu useme leo hautaenda, you want to stay back, to remain back. Mzee naye ataanza ataanza kukuita mara akwambia umfinye kwa shingo, umfinye kwa tumbo, umshikeshike mwili.
Were there any forms of sexual assault? Kulikuwa na any sexual assault?
Okay. Yes, it is there. Arabuni kuna rape, Arabuni kuna kupigwa, Arabuni kuna kunyimwa chakula, Arabuni hakuna rest. Though kuna some few Arabs, mimi naweza kuambia watu ukipata Mwarabu anaweza ongea Kiingereza, ni Mwarabu mwingine tofauti sana. Ni Mwarabu mzuri, hata mimi ushanga Mwarabu mwenye anaweza ongea Kiingereza hata ile tu kidogo, ni Mwarabu mwingine tofauti sana. Lakini wengi wao Waarabu sijaielewa. Sasa mimi naweza sema Saudia, my experience was a struggle. A struggle. I cried for 1 year until the second year nikasema hapana, I can't do it anymore.
So ulirudi vipi? How did you get back to the country? Ulikuwa umeachiwa documents zako kama zilichukuliwa?
Uzuri ile office tulipitia ama ule agent alinipeleka. Though huyu agent wakati nilifika mali nikaanza kuexperience shida, nilimpigia simu kadhaa. Nikampigia simu nikicomplain, nikilia, akaniambia unajua sasa sina vile I can help you nini. Lakini advantage ya kwenda kupitia kwa ofisi Saudia, hata kama Mwarabu atakutesa, but baada ya miaka 2 ofisi ya Saudia imeambia Mwarabu ni kukurudisha, akurudisha office, wa make sure miaka yako 2 alikuwa hakikupay. Unaona? Umekuwa paid for 2 years, uko safe. Unaona? Sasa after 2 years, wakati 2 years ilisha, ndio hawa wakaanza kidogo kukua at least. Unajua, ananiambia unajua sasa fridge iko hapa, tunakwambianga ukule. Lakini mimi nikawaambia ile nimekaa hapa imetosha. Sasa wakanipeleka kwa office. Office wakacheck kila kitu iliko sawa, nilikuwa nikikuwa paid and I'm still breathing at least. Ndio kanihekea nini exit.
Even ulitoka. Haya, I can see the gentleman. I'll get back to you, Josephine. And the gentleman was Benia Hamad Kisanyanya. Pole, nimekuweka kwenye line sana. Good morning, sir. How are you? Good morning, Hamad. Hamad, please unmute yourself, Hamad.
Hamad ako plantation.
Hamad, mtu wa blue na mask. Yeye ni daktari. Kama unanisikia, Hamad, please unmute. Kama ako plantation hata aski. Hamad, please unmute yourself. Aya, Ombui, nakuona. It's been a long time.
Hey.
Ombui, unmute yourself. Ombui, jambo.
Yes, niko sawa sasa.
Habari yake?
Mzuri sana, habari zenu?
Salama, we've not seen you now, huh?
Yes, I've been a little bit busy, but I'm alive.
At least you're alive. Nasikia Josephine amesema at least you're breathing. The office is just to make sure at least you're breathing. Even if you almost died, at least umekuja ukipumua kidogo.
Niko.
Jambo, niambie maneno.
So, ninafurahia sana mjadala ambayo mko nayo.
Okay, proceed, Ambui.
So something interrupted me. So,
Paula.
I've brought shows about this issue, Saudi Arabia several times on my Facebook page. And I'm happy that Gerard umeleta this issue because this is a very burning issue to me and to many Kenyans. First, ile kitu nikasema ni kwamba most agencies ambazo sina recruit people to go to Saudi Arabia, most of them are corrupt and they are cartels. For instance, I was in Kenya in April, and there's a friend to my sweetheart who wanted to go to Dubai. And since when he went to the agency, she told them that she wanted to go to Dubai. So they told her that we're gonna work out for you to go to Dubai. But contrarily, they were processing our documents to go to Saudi Arabia.
Wow.
Because they know that most Kenyans understands the predicaments in Saudi Arabia. So they don't want to go there. They want to go to Dubai. So they would wing them. Kwamba, we are processing for you to go to Dubai if you unataka, but they are processing for you to go to Saudi Arabia. Wewe unaenda unapanda ndege, unakuta uko Saudi Arabia na mambo inabadilika. So what I can say is that, to me, I wish that the government can ban Kenyans from going to Dubai, because we've seen several cases ambayo wa Kenya wengi, especially ladies, wameuliwa.
Dubai or Warabuni? Dubai or Qatar? Saudi Arabia.
So I have a close friend mwenye alikuwa Saudi Arabia, and alikuwa anataka kutumia mama yake pesa, alikuwa mgonjwa. So yule mama ambaye alikuwa anafanyia kazi ndiye alikuwa anampelekanga mahali anatuma pesa. By that time ilikuwa kwamba huyo mama alikuwa busy, akatumia request ndugu yake ampeleke. Ndugu yake alimfikisha mahali, vijana wengine wakakuja wakamrape all those guys. na wakasema ukisema mahali utanyongwa. Mnaelewa sheria ya Saudi Arabia. So to me what I can say ni kwamba Saudi Arabia is not a good place for Kenyans to go and work. Afadhali uze mboga Kenya, make your 10,000 and you are at peace and you are safe. I'm not saying that Saudi Arabia yote ni mbaya. For instance, when I was coming back to USA, I found some few ladies walikuwa wanaenda hiyo Saudi Arabia, wamefuata uniform ya agency ile ina sponsor. These ladies hata hawajui kupanda escalator. Hata hawajui mahali wanaenda. I had to assist them. Why? Because ya wasichana hawajasoma, so hata hawajui, they are excited kwenda mahali lakini hawajui mahali wanaenda, but agencies have taken advantage of their ignorance. So wakienda huko Saudi Arabia waenda kuteswa. They are not learned, they are not informed, hawajui mahali watavumilia tu, wanarepiwa na husband wao au mabibi wenye wanawasumbua, wanavumilia, wanaambiwa ukisema I will shoot you. So to me, I think the government has to take action and ban Kenyans from going to Saudi Arabia to work. Unaweza enda there as a tourist, unaweza enda there kufanya biashara, lakini kikazi inatakiwa serikali iban Kenyans from going to Saudi Arabia. It is a very dangerous place for Kenyans to be, because wanachukia watu weusi, wanachukia wa Christian, na wale watu ni wanyama na ni wajinga.
Si wanyama tu, ni wajinga pia.
Ni wanyama na ni wajinga.
Rama, alafu tuende kwa kitu.
So,
okay, Mbui.
So mimi ile kitu nikasema serikali imeleti down wa Kenya. Kenyans can be desperate. Waseme wacha nibahatisha. Akifika pale mambo inageuka. So serikali ndio inafaa. Uhuru Kenyatta hata I wrote to State House website page. Nikasema Uhuru should take an executive action to ban these agencies ambazo sinakuambia utoe 10,000, 50,000 wakutafutie kazi, alafu wanakupeleka jehanamu.
Haya.
Unaenda kuchomeka huko peke yako. Asante bwana Gerald.
Asante, usiondoke, acha tusikie Rama anasemaje. Rama.
Bwana Gerald.
Umesikia hadithi bana?
Nimesikia hii hadithi. First of all, wacha nianze please allow me, Josephine, to call you my sister, because coincidentally I have a sister called Josephine. So that means it's very special. I sincerely, I'm very sorry for what you have gone through. It's horrendous. And hizo story nimezisikia with many people. It's not an experience that I would want anybody to undergo for any circumstance. Now, coming to how to resolve this issue, let me address that. I agree to some extent with Mbui that the government should take action, but I think the government should take action in a way that they should have a process to harmonize. Anybody traveling to that country has to be registered with the embassy. And the embassy can do what we call a welfare check, so that they have an agreement with the Saudi Arabia government kwamba when our citizens come to your country, they should have a mandatory check-in with our embassy on a weekly basis. Mandatory check-in, so that people can say, ukifika huko ukigongo nasema boss hapa kumeharibika. The embassy people can come and pick you and get you out. Kwa sababu even if we say saizi the government to put an executive action kwamba people cannot go to Saudi Arabia, Mkenya bwana ataogelea Indian Ocean mpaka afike Saudi Arabia. Don't joke with Kenyans. They can do anything to get there, because as long as they think they are going to make money, and it's because of our desperation and the situation we have in the country. Vile Josephine amesema, alikuwa na struggle, hata rent hana, nguo shida, kiatu hana. So when somebody gives you an opportunity anakwambia hey, you can go make money, of course you will take a chance. Unfortunately, tumeona a lot of people, many, especially ladies, who have come back in coffins. And then to some extent, saa zingine mpaka inabidi watu wanafanya mchango ndio walete mwili nyumbani. Serikali, the government doesn't even care. So we need to start from Gerald, and I told you even before the show nilikwambia, look at every other country, majority of the countries. I'll give you an example. Philippines. Philippines take their citizens to Middle East. but those people are taken care of and they are supported and protected by their government. Hakuna siku utasikia Mfilipino alienda Saudi Arabia akateswa, because their government takes protections and protects its citizens at all times. And they make ways for them not only to be paid there, lakini pesa inalipwa to their home country. So hakuna vile mtu anaweza kuja aseme ati nimefanya kazi for 2 years na sijawahi lipwa. Because now if somebody comes back home dead, how are you going to verify you mtu alilipwa? There is nowhere to verify. So to me, the first step is, and unfortunately, that we have a government. And when I say a government, I don't mean just the president and his cabinet ministers. I am talking about the entire government, the parliament, MCA, county assembly, governors, everybody. We are not taking seriously our own fellow citizens, fellow Kenyans. We do not respect people's lives. Wewe unaona tu mtu anaenda anasema huyu vile alijipeleka wacha ajirudishe mwenyewe. This is a human being. Can we start from the premises kwamba you need to respect a human life no matter what? Hata kama sina chochote, lakini bado mimi ni binadamu. Niheshimu na nitetee kama binadamu. Let's start from there. I am glad that Chebet has a perspective, anasema if you come here, and she's very honest, if you come here in your own way, find your way to come here, pay your way,
you have better leverage.
You have a better chance of making it in a better way. Because when Josephine started giving a story, anasema walimulipia kila kitu, nikasema bas ndio hiyo. The first thing that came to my mind, Gerald, slave trade. Mtu anapeleka hapo kama ng'ombe anauzwa. Because this person, he's paying for everything, which means he can do whatever he wants. And remember, those countries, the husband rules whatever you do in the house, he's the final say. Whatever he does, hata ukienda kwa government anywhere, there are nothing they are going to do as long as the man of the house anakuja anasema huyu mtu hakunisikiza ndio sababu nilimchapa. Na sio kumchapa, mtu amekuchapa panga kwa kichwa ama amekushoot. And there's nothing can be done to them. Because that's their way of life.
That's the way of life.
So we need to understand from that perspective kwamba we need to protect our own people. Jamani, kwa sababu huyu mtu akienda akifanya kazi huko anatuma pesa nyumbani. Hiyo pesa inakuja to drive the economy back home. Hata kama inasaidia watu wao, they spend money, they go wanabuy sukari hapa, wanabuy unga, wanabuy whatever, wanasafiri or whatever. It is money within the country and we are running the economy. If you look from that perspective, why would we kama Gerard uko na ng'ombe nyumbani inakupatia maziwa lita 5 kila siku, alafu unasema hii ng'ombe hata maji sitampatia, nyasi sitakata, whatever, wacha niifunge tu hapo, nitakamua mpaka siku ile maziwa itaisha, and then hiyo ng'ombe niiue. That's how we are treating our fellow citizens. We don't care about them. So that is the first responsibility to me, is we need to rise up and start pressuring our MPs, senators, the government, the cabinet secretaries, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs especially,
to give a better foreign policy.
You need to have a better way to protect our people.
Okay, all right. Kips, and then I can see also Ambassador Alfred ameingia na Zach Ogoma. So I'll start with you, Kip, very quickly, and then Zach also prepare, alafu Ambassador Alfred. Then we take it back.
Mine will be very short. I've done a lot of studies when it comes to this topic. My professor actually is specialized in this topic, and I saw his work. His work was concerning registration of migrant domestic workers from Indonesia, Philippines, and other Asian countries. Those people have put their act together. They've made sure that they register. Before you leave your country, there's a registry of your passport, where you're going, the address, the name, the a phone number. Now there's also checks where you text, I'm doing all right, this is who I am and all that. These things should be given to agencies. Agencies should be responsible. They should be asked by Kenyan government, and they should do a report, monthly report. We cannot be playing with the Kenyan people's lives, just because they are domestic workers. It's not hard. Agencies get a lot of money. What they need to do, the Ministry of Immigration Ministry of Labor. Even the Minister of Labor the other day, he was in Citizen TV. He absolutely didn't know what the heck he was talking about. He was lost. So what we need to do, we cannot allow Kenyans to go to countries that are not signatory to ILO, International Labor Organization. There's also a new labor organization called ILO, International Labor Organization of Domestic Workers, and there's a new convention. It's almost like the Human Rights Convention. Kenyan government should make sure that if we are signatory to that, no other Kenyan or Kenyan people can go to countries that are not signatory to that. Kenyan government should not allow its citizens to go and work in the so-called kafala system. That system is a system of abuse. It's a system of slavery. Anybody who takes your travel document owns you. That person can abuse you anytime they want. So no Kenyan should be allowed to go to any country that uses kafala system, because if you do not own your passport, you are absolutely nothing to them. You can be disposed, you can be killed anytime they want. Hopefully we'll have information on this. I'm very passionate about this. Yes, we should.
Yeah, I think we need I think we need to get a day that we can actually talk about all these policies, the laws and the systems that happen in different countries, so that we can help these Kenyans when they are making a decision. They can, they know they are making an informed decision. So Glado is requesting to say something. Then she resumes. She goes back to work. So Glado, I'll give you a minute. Then I'll go to Zach and then Ambassador Alfred. Unmute yourself, Glado.
I think I'm clear now.
Yes, all right. From the top.
Yeah, I'm okay now?
Yes, you're clear. Proceed.
Yeah, so there's something I wanted to say. Kuna watu wenye, there are people who have made watu wenye wako genuinely working in their houses, maybe to face all this, is because kuna watu wanajiita Kemboy.
At the Kemboy?
Call each other Kemboy.
Me niliona huko, I was researching about these issues, and I was hearing the people saying sijui kukemboy, sijui nini, so I didn't know.
Kukemboy ni ushaletwa kwa nyumba ya Mwarabu, and then unatoroka unapata wale wenye walishatoroka. Unajua once ukishatoroka, you don't have documents anymore. You don't have documents because you left them at kwa nyumba ya Mwarabu. You get it? So because umekemboy, now you start your own business outside there. You know the kind of business I'm talking about. So what
I don't know which business.
In their mindset, Warabu washaeka that Africans wanafanya hiyo kazi.
Kazi gani?
Tell you, prostitution, and it's not a good thing. Yeah, people, they don't have papers, they can't work anywhere. You understand?
Yeah.
So wakishaeka hiyo, now it makes it even worse. It makes it even worse for those people who are inside the house. Tayari washaekwa hiyo mentality. That's why they can easily, huyo Mwarabu ako easily kukwambia, okay, nifanyie hivi venye Josephine amesema, because maybe ameenda huko nje akapata hivyo, akapata Africans do that. So what I normally say is, it's better. There should be a guideline. The government follow up on these agencies. Agency akisha kutupa Saudi Arabia, hata umpigie simu nimeteseka aje. I'm talking because I've heard it from my friends. Me, when you go to Dubai, I know what happens, because even some of the agencies in Dubai, they follow up, because labor laws at Dubai, they are really strict on some, labor laws. That's why unasikia the agencies in Kenya wanadanganya watu wanakupeleka Dubai, because they know Dubai is protected, and those people in Dubai, they've already told you that labor laws are passed they are kind of strict, because Dubai is more, they have more whites. They're civilized, you get it?
Yeah.
That's why Warabu at Dubai, they can talk in English. Now you can converse. It's easy to converse that I don't want this, I want this, this is what I signed, this is what I did, this and this. In as much as Warabu wote wako same, venye Josephine amesema, mwenye anaongea English is better, because you can easily converse, you can easily tell them, no, I can't walk to this EV. Take me back to the office. I want to change this house and this and this and this. In as much as, okay, I'm not a BC agency or Makazi, BC agency or anything. I only do visas, the tourist visas and all. It's honestly, it's better than work on their agency. Mtu mwenye ametoka Kenya. Once umetoka Kenya, let them take records, let them do a database so that you follow up. Huyu venye alienda nyumba gani, from there akaenda nyumba gani, from there, so that it's easy to trace them. Kurudi mwenye ulitoroka, hiyo sasa ni shauri yako, because now you chose that. Ukitoroka, you chose that path. Lakini still hata ukitoroka, you join the others outside here. It's so hard to trace you because wanauza pombe kwa mapima. Kuna vitu zinaitwa mapima, even in Dubai it's there. Wanauza pombe because they don't have papers. You go to a liquor store, alafu wananunua in bulk because it's cheaper at a liquor store, and then wanatengeneza karum moja, alafu wanafunga. You know, let me just tell you, because I've seen it. Nimekaa hapa all these years. Ukienda kwa mama pima, if you let's say you knock on the mama pima, because Kenyans know. You knock on mama pima, unapata kuna mtu anachungulia. Angalia kama ni polisi, because they know that's where they are found. Hawa watu walitoroka wako ndani ya mama pima. So kuna kwa na msako. There's a msako happen, but the police doesn't tell you. Because once you're caught, you are deported immediately.
Without documents.
You get? You're deported with no documents because you don't have documents. Ulitoroka kwa manyumba kukuja ukafungua mama pima. So those are the people in Dubai wanafagianga. Kuna siku msako iko na mwezi fulani. They wanafagiliwa wote, so you don't have papers. Saa zingine, now because I do visas, mtu unamtengenezea visa ya 3 months. Akuja atafute kazi. Akishapata kazi aingie residence, akuwe na his own freedom or her own freedom and get a very presentable job, an office job or something. Unafika hapa 3 months. After 3 months, mtu ataki kuexit na kupata kazi. You understand?
Okay.
Sasa, if someone exit, atakuwa Kemboi mwingine. Because
na history ya Kemboi ilitoka wapi? Kwani waliita kukemboi hiyo story? Back at home, you're not taking it very, very, very kindly.
I know, but they call each other Kemboi. All the Gulf countries wanaitananga Kemboi. Mimi ni Kemboi, nilitoroka. So walitoroka kwa manyumba za Arabu tu hiyo kumsikitiwa.
So wanatafuta Kemboi.
Hawatafuti Kemboi. But Kemboi ni kukimbia, ni kutoroka.
Okay.
Wameziita Kemboi. I don't know how ni kutoroka. So walitoroka kwa manyumba za Arabu and then wakatoroka wakakuja huku nje. Now they don't have papers. Walitoroka kwa Arabu are the ones who have their own papers. Unapata mtu aliyekewa kesi. Ukienda kusema sasa kuna siku ya kusamehewa. Dubai. Actually this month is that month where wanasamehewa. So ukisamehewa wanakuambia kama unajua ulikemboi. Kama unajua uko na overstay. Na uko ilipa. Please pay for your own ticket na uende nyumbani. So that you'll be able to come back again. So Dubai has that thing. It's UAE. See Dubai, it's the whole of UAE, the whole of the country UAE. Inawasamea. It's this month actually. Ilianza 1st of August. So unaambiwa lipa kama unajua ni Kemboi, lipa tiketi yako na uende nyumbani. Once ukishaenda nyumbani, now you can come back. Yani hujebaniwa. Umesamehewa. Enda alafu urudi upya. You get? So now you can go and come back. But what I would want to advise those agencies, in as much as kuna shida ukweli. Hiyo contract yenye unasign imeandikwa na Arabic. Haujui unaenda wapi. Let it be translated to English. Then if kama government haijafine those guidelines of not taking them kama lazima waende. Because wanatolewa huko kwa village. You don't know ujaipanda ndege. You don't know anything about travel. You're just excited about kupanda ndege. You don't know where you're headed to. Exactly tu venye Josephine amesema. Unaenda unaekwa kwa airport. Mistreatment inaanza directly from the airport.
Okay.
Ya Dubai though hakuna mahali penye, because I've worked at Dubai airport. So there is nowhere penye wanaekanga hawa mademu. There is nowhere. Ni hapo nje tu. The way they receive people. Agency inawa receive kutoka hapo nje and then inawapeleka. But I see kama ile ya Saudi Arabia whereby they are still hiyo akili yenye Josephine amesema. They still have that thing that hawa ndio slaves wameletwa, unakuja hata mnaficha huko ndani penye hata hakuna giza, hata baby hata hakuna stima.
Okay.
So that mdosi akikuja anakuja tu kukupick and go, you know. So here I would really if at all, unaona venye Burundi amesema amesema if it can be avoided to go there, if you can really avoid kwenda hiyo Saudi, please avoid, because you don't know ujui kama utaenda kupata mdosi mzuri. Unajua Dubai is better kwa sababu unaweza pata mdosi mzungu anakutreat kama a human being. Mzungu anakutreat like a human being, hata anakupea off day, akienda holiday anaenda na wewe, anakutengenezea paperwork anywhere, you know. Yeah.
Okay.
So
avoidance is not the solution. The solution is the government
the government
policy.
guidelines.
Especially
Yeah, you're right.
Sawa, wacha tupe nafasi Zach na so is there anything you want to say as you exit, Claudio?
As I exit, venye tu keep amesema, if it cannot be avoided, then find guidelines of tracing these people. Trace them, keep tracing them. Ujue huyu mtu alienda nyumba fulani, iweko kwa database. From there alitoka wapi, akaenda ikawekwa kwa hii database, akaenda hivi, so that sasa zenye mtu anafuatilia huyu msichana alienda aje, where alienda aje, after hapa akaenda aje, so that ndio watu wao wakiamua kwa trace, because as zingine wananyang'anywa masimu, wajua alienda hapa na hapa, it's easy to trace them. Yani ile agency yenye iko Gulf ishinde ikiwa trace, waseme akichange tu nyumba hivi, then give us a heads up, alichange akaenda hivi, give us a heads up, alifanya hivi na akaenda hivi, akafanya hivi, hii makosa alifanya hivi na hivi, akafanywa hivi, unaona? Like such things should have guidelines if it cannot be avoided.
Okay.
So that's my point. Yeah.
Asante sana Glado. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Let's keep the Kenyans involved. Zach.
Okay, thanks.
Zach, jambo.
Jambo sana.
Unaweza tusaidia na sura yako ama uko wapi?
Kamera haifanyi.
Kamera haifanyi.
Next time utajoin na phone.
Sawa, niambie.
Okay, first I want to thank you for the discussion that nasema it's really important kwa society and for us sisi kama Wakenya. Okay, sasa nikizungumzia unapata mtu anatoka hapa Kenya anafanya kazi za nyumba, anapewa kitu kama 8,000. Alafu jamaa anakaa promised ati Saudi Arabia or these countries, the countries ambao kuna milk and honey, pali kuna pesa and they can live well, watoke kwa shida ambazo wanapata hapa Kenya. And mostly unapata some of these people ambao wanaenda hizo countries hawajasoma ile sana. Unapata mtu alidrop, alafu wanachukuliwa wanawekwa place fulani for 30 days, wanakaa educated, them educated na agents. Wanafundishwa huko ati vile wanaweza manage nyumba, vitu kama hizo. After kukaa hivyo wanachukuliwa wanapelekwa Saudi Arabia, wanapewa maybe, although siko sure sana, nasikia huwa in range 20 to 30k, I'm not sure. Then wanaenda huko agents. You can take these as modern day slavery. Because I'm made to understand that these agents are registered Kenya as a business.
Yes.
And there are some payments that they make up to the government. And huyu mtu anapelekwa huko, anaenda nataseka huko, alafu anaomba, akishaenda huko, akishadhulumiwa ndiye anaomba, hey, jamaa anakufa, rudishini nyumbani. These agents ambao walipeleka wako are registered as business. I hold the view that in case there is any form of torture kwa yule mtu ambaye alipelekwa with an agent ambaye amekaa registered as a business, then the agent should be sued. Hapa Kenya. And the moment wamekaa sued, and they should pia ndio wanafaa arrange huyu mtu alipelekwa, yao ndio wanafaa pia wanamrudisha. These people should be compensated for the torture.
Okay. All right. Asante sana Zach. Alfred, jambo. Ambassador, unmute yourself.
Jambo sana Gerald, unanisikiza?
At least umpata jina mpya leo, Kimurgor. Habari yake. How is Australia?
I think watumia simu ya mtu.
How is Australia?
Yes, thank you so much. This is a very great topic, and I guess it's time now to be highlighted and be told. Thank you so much, all the panelists that have joined in to put their input as well. Nitasema hivi Gerald, nitumie Kiswahili ili kila mtu na mwenye anafuatilia aweze kupata. Unajua hii maneno ya kutoka Kenya kwenda kutafuta maisha, kila Mkenya angependa kufanya hivyo, sababu kule nyumbani tuko na tunajua vile iko, kila mtu anajitakia mazuri na watu wangependa kujua na vile vitu zingine kwingine kuko. Lakini mimi nasema sasa hivi serikali iko na shida kidogo ya Kenya. The Kenyan government have not been following on their citizens when they go out. I want to say that outright because it's not even in Middle East alone. Even here in Australia, if it wasn't for the system, and Kipchumba would tell you that, if it wasn't for the system here in Australia, our embassy doesn't do much, to be sincere.
Right.
We don't get much from the embassy. It is unfortunate. If it wasn't for the system in Australia that they know Alfred got here, he is in Perth or he is in this place, no one would know about you. And I bet it is the same in Middle East. It's unfortunate that, like Kipchumba said earlier, when a country, when you land, and people would take your passport, and it isn't fair. You know, here in Australia, the system works well. They know where you are, and you have nearly the rights of a citizen. Like whatever you do here, no one. Kama wewe unalipa, what do we call, nyumba unalipa nearly the same as what a citizen does. You have nearly all the freedoms that a citizen has, just some few like the Medicare and all those things. But the rest, you are equal as the other person. But unfortunately, Gerald, if we have a Kenyan, we don't, even the embassy, as I speak now, the embassy doesn't know how many Kenyans are in Perth. The embassy doesn't know how many Kenyans are in Sydney. The only time the embassy would get to know you is when there is an issue and they will call and they say, oh, we had someone in Perth passed away. How can we help? That is the only time.
Wanadili na marehemu.
Wanadili na watu marehemu. And all this time, they haven't been there for people. And I guess if that's the case in the Middle East, it's unfortunate. Look, how many Kenyans have been contributing to these people in Qatar, to these people in Middle East, to these people in these Arabian countries for them to go back home? And yet there are embassies in those countries. There are people in offices working for those people. Like that person who works in the embassy is there because of huyo mtu mwenye ako Saudi Arabia. But I don't know what is happening for them.
And they are paid from our taxes.
It is something that should be followed up, and the government under the ministry that is concerned should actually take charge and know what they are doing. And it is time Kenyans should rise up and now start to put in effort and put these people to task to understand that it is their right. Every Kenyan who is outside, it is your right, even before you leave, to get an appointment in the ministry, to go there and say, look, I'm leaving, and this is Alfred. You are given a number that you are Kenya number 59 or 60 million going to this country, so that when you are there, they know you are leaving. Look at what is happening in Afghanistan. How many Kenyans have been rescued? Do they know even how many Kenyans are there?
No.
Many countries are running for their citizens. What is Kenya doing? They're talking about BBI. Is BBI going to bring those people to Kenya? Gerald, it is time we wake up and put effort. And if the government doesn't want, sasa ni watu tufanye hii maneno. It is not...
Tufanye ile kitu.
Remember there is a parent mwenye alikuchukua mzazi. Unajua wazazi wanatakia watoto wao mazuri wakitoka. But now imagine of that parent who did everything, ameuza shamba, amefanya nini, upate utoke, alafu asikie huko Arabia watu wanapigana mbaya. na hata hajasikia serikali imesema nini, watu huko namna gani, hajasikia kwa mtoto yake, hakuna simu. How would that parent feel?
Sad.
Very hard. And most of them ni wale wako huko village region, no luko hawajui nini inaendelea, wanakuja kusikilia third party, walipigana kwa ile country, mtoto yako wako mzazi hata hajasikia kutoka kwako for the last 3 months. How would that feel for a parent?
Sad.
So if the ministry under what do we call it? It's not Home Affairs Ministry, it's the
Labor.
If those ministries concerned, if they are not able to function and work well, let us as Kenyans take charge. Hafadhali tuende sasa to demonstrate, tuende kwa ofisi zao, wajua wamefail. And if you are a Kenyan also who is away, try to join any community organization that is in that country. If you are in Saudi Arabia, try to join Kenyans in Saudi Arabia and contribute. If you are in Perth, join any community like the Kenyan community, the Kitwek, so that they know Alfred is here, uko na shida, wanakusaidia. Kitambo ufikie wale wako nje, wamesha kukusaidia penye uko. Unajua tena shida moja, Gerald, nitasema ukweli venye Jebet alisema, mtu anakuja hapa, sisi sasa hii ya Kemboi tumesikia leo. Kuna sasa kitambo watu walikuwa wanasemanga Kipchoge. I think from Kipchoge the senior.
Ulikuwa na transfer of powers.
It happened. There are many people who doesn't have papers. Mtu anachapa Kiingereza yake kidogo, anafanya hivi, hana passport, hana visa, iliisha 3 months ago, but mtu anacheza hivi na ana influence. Sijajua what happens with these people. Wale watu wamepoteza papers ndio wana influence zaidi kuliko ule mtu anakuambia ukweli, tuende hii line. Wengi sana hapa Australia, Gerald. Lakini sijui wako na mdo mwingine mtamu sana, wanakudanganya, wanakufanyia hivi, mtu anawasha shule. Sijajua.
Jel Gibbs amekataa mambo yako. Nimeona tumepoteza Josephine. As I say, Josephine will tell us something.
Yes. So watu wakue pia ukienda huko jaribu kufuata. I always say, when you are outside, that is not your country. Follow the rules. Follow what the people of that country does. Follow what the government wants you to do. Na hata kama utachukua 20 years kabla upata makaratasi hapo ama ufaulu, go slow. Don't ever want to go fast, alafu una stuff up vitu na unaharibu zaidi.
Haya. Ni vizuri nimeona hapa. Wacha upea wangwana wengine nafasi. Naona tuko na dakika kidogo, chini ya dakika 10, na nataka kupa nafasi kila mtu kuweza kuzungumza. Nimeona watu wanakubaliana ya kwamba kila mahali kuna zile communities ama zile watu wameweza kushikana, mavyama vya watu wa Kenya. Jamaa anasema Jeremiah Roger anasema us in Qatar we have Kenyan for Kenyans. Okay. Ogla anasema we have Kenyan communities in every foreign country. So tafadhali kama uko nje ambayo sio yako, nje ya ugaibuni, foreign country, tafadhali make sure that you are forming a communion with fellow Kenyans. Ndio kama shida ipo, tunajua shida iko wapi na kwa nini. Unaweza kusaidika mapema, especially now that we have something like COVID. You know COVID can kill you in 3 days. And nobody knows where you are, where you live, whether you're sick or not. If I'm always communicating with you, if I disappear for 2 days, utashanga jamaa kwa nalienda wapi. Ni shida ya Kenya pia ni kwenda kukaa kwa kona. Unafikiri ni mwerevu zaidi. But when a problem comes in, you find that you are there alone and alone. All right, I can see Josephine is back. I want to get a comment from Josephine, and then we do an all round as we close up. Josephine, are you there?
Unmute.
Okay. Naona kuna jamaa pia Bungei. I don't know, there's someone here. I'm trying to find a name. Kuna someone jina yake ni S, anaitwa nani? Solomon Muigai. Solomon Muigai, jambo. Solomon? Sympathy Solomon pia. Solomon, please unmute yourself because I cannot see your face. Unmute. All right. Since atupate Josephine, atupate Solomon. Okay. Ana anasema mic yangu iko, there's someone here. Okay. Fine. Since we cannot find Solomon Muigai, I think we cannot find them, and because of time, Josephine, I wanted Josephine to give us another comment, then we do a round. But since we cannot find them, I want to do a round again. Or they from the top, from Arama, Kips, Chebet, if she's still there. I can see ametuacha hapo, tunaona mtu wako nyuma pale. Then we do Mbui, we give Zach, then we give Ambassador. All right, from the top, Joel Arama.
Hi, Gerald, thank you so much. This has been a great discussion. I think the underlying theme for everybody is we as Kenyans have to stand for ourselves. Unfortunately, we have a government that has no idea who you are until they need something from you. That's when they will look for you. When they want us to tell them how we are sending money and who we are sending money to, watakutumia form haraka haraka na watakutumia emails kwa nini hujajaza hiyo document. But when you need their help, they are nowhere to be seen. We have challenges. Even I told you the last time here in the US, going to get a Kenyan ID or a Kenyan passport right now, an appointment in next year, January ama October, you can't get an appointment. And ukienda huko, people are very rude. They don't want to take, they don't treat you as a Kenyan. They don't treat you with the respect you deserve as a Kenyan. But one thing that Keeper said is, what do we need to do to change? Because this has to change. We cannot be complaining. Watu walikuja hapa 19 kaa chini wana complain the same thing kama sahi. Those days people watu walikuwa wanatuma barua inatukua 3 months before mtu ajibu. By the time inarudi watu walivuna mahindi, mwingine alizikwa, matunda ilimea kwa hiyo kaburi, but now it's instant communication. So these things have to change, and the government, we need to start pressuring this government to change things. And so the more we come together as Kenyans, wherever we are, and start pushing and start making noise so that we protect at the end of the day, we need to protect one another. Alfred akiwa Australia, tunaongea tunamwambia Alfred niaje huko, ananiambia boss hapa kumeharibika. We start making noise from this side. If you know someone in the ministry, make noise. We come here at the show with Gerard, tunapiga kelele. Hopefully somebody will hear somewhere, aseme, Wakenya wamepiga kelele, let's make something. So that we need for people to understand that a government responsibility is to protect its citizens. So if the government cannot do that, then it has failed in the core mandate of what is existence. So that's where we need to start from. And we also, like Alfred has said, sisi wa Kenya pia saa zingine tukikuja, ujuaji yetu saa zingine natumiza. You cannot go to a country and start where unaanza kujifanya ujanja yako ndio unajua zaidi kuliko the country and the laws of that country. Please respect the laws of the country where you are. And even if you may not be here legally, ama visa yako ime expire, as long as you're not committing any criminal offenses ama kufanya ukarabati hapa na pale, you will still survive and you can stay here you can stay in those countries for a long time. But the problem is unafika unaanza kuwa mjuaji, unafanya vitu kidogo gari huku, sijui ulienda ukakula vitu zako, umefanya hii, you create more problems, so you cannot even stay. So when we go to places, can we at least respect the laws of the country? And can we listen to one another? Tusikifanya mambo ya kuharibu, wacha tujengane. So mtu akikuja anakuja shule, msaidie vile atakaa kwa shule. How do you stay in school? Enda ujaribu scholarship, ukipata grade fulani unaweza pata kapesa hapa scholarship kidogo, ikusukume uendelee maisha vizuri. Si ati mtu akikuja anawaambia wewe hiyo shule wachana naye bwana, kuja utengeneze pesa hapa. Na hiyo ni pesa kidogo. I have experience here, one guy who he has stayed in this country for over 45, almost 50 years. Lakini kwa sababu alikuja akadrop out, hakuwa na shule, alikuwa anakaa kwa basement ya mtu. The guy died of diabetes. Sasa watu wanaanza kutrace huyu mtu alikuja, people don't even know who he is. He has no passport. Wanaanza hata jina yenye anajulikana ni ile jina ya mtaani, ya jina yake watu hawajui. It took several months before they could identify this person, to communicate na watu wao nyumbani, na huko nyumbani wanasema huyo jamaa sisi tulifikiri alikufa kitambo, bado wako uhai, amekufa sahi. Then now you have to transport this person back home. So being together is a very important thing. You cannot be a community na ufikiri tunaweza kaa peke yako bwana. Hizi ni nchi za wenyewe, tuko kwa nchi za wenyewe. Lakini tukikaa pamoja tunasaidiana, ile kidogo kidogo unatoa, because tumetoka mahali ambao sisi tunasaidiana. Harambee ni maisha ya kawaida, hiyo ndio maisha yetu. So let's say tukae pamoja, tunasaidiana kwa maarifa, mawazo, na wakati kuna shida unatoa yako shilingi 5 yako, huyu na yana kuchangia na huyu anakuchangia, basi maisha inaendelea. So Gerald, I'm looking forward to another discussion. And I think vile Kipa amesema, the next decision should be, what do we need to do to make these changes? How can we effect changes to make our government responsible, and also us as Kenyans responsible for one another?
Okay, thank you so much, Kips.
Yep.
Yes, Kip.
Well, hayati mzee Moi once said, maisha mbaya siasa mbaya maisha mbaya.
Mhm.
That's exactly what Kenyans in diaspora are facing. We have bad politics. And I'm glad today you diverted us from politics or the usual politics of Kenya. Because in Kenya, we eat, sleep, and dream politics every day, night. And today, at least, we've discussed something different. Even for me, it's eye-opening. And I'm glad we actually started this. Now, what do I see going forward? Last time, when the Jubilee government was being elected, we had Diaspora something office run by Itumbi. I don't know what came of that office. Unfortunately, it never worked for the diaspora people. I hope next time, and I hope this coming December, God willing, the diaspora people will come together and have a diaspora conference in Nairobi. We sit down with the Ministry of Labor, we sit down with Ministry of International Affairs, and we discuss what is affecting the Kenyan diaspora and what needs to change for our people. If we can sign a contract between Kenyan government and the government of United Kingdom or the British government for nurses in Kenya to go, it means we can sign contracts with any other government and to make sure that we protect our people. Just because our people who are going to some other countries are domestic workers, they still are workers, they're still Kenyans. We have opportunities also, and I hope the Asla Nation is watching this. We have opportunities for people who work in build sector, plumbers, mercenaries, and people wanachoma machuma, whatever they call it. Those people, welders, those people are very marketable in these countries, especially Middle East, the building in Australia and other countries. Asla Nation and the upcoming government, I hope we sit down, we discuss the opportunities in diaspora, the policies that needs to be signed, and then we move our country forward, and then we build our country. Other than that, there is no need of abuse. The Ministry of Labor and the Ministry of International Affairs, they're sleeping on their job, especially the so-called embassies. They absolutely do nothing for us.
Okay. All right. Okay, asante. Fedu. Fedu, animudi yourself. I can see you. Okay. Hello, Fedu.
Yeah.
Okay. Sema yako haraka.
You can hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes.
Fedu, unapotea.
Yeah, I'm unmute.
Okay, sawa, sema.
Hear me?
Yes. Nakusikia.
So basically, if the government can, in as a follow up on their, if the government can follow up on their people when they are leaving the country and when they are coming back, it will be better. It will be better for those people who are going, because easy jobs, like all these jobs, remember these jobs that are the skilled
skilled labor,
like masonry, skilled labor. Hizo ndio zinatakikana sana huku nje. Those are marketable jobs outside here. Plumbers, technicians, watu wenye wamefanya, mtu mwenye ameenda tuseme a polytechnic na akafanya electrical engineering. Huku Dubai anaweza ni technician mkubwa sana. Unaona? Mwenye amefanya plumber, ni plumber. Those skilled jobs. Hapa ni kazi mzuri. A plumber is a good job hapa. Kama wewe ni mtu wa security, hata security ni kazi mzuri sana in the UAE. Whether kama si watchman,
security.
Security si watchman, si ule mtu mwenye unajua mtu akisikia kitu kama security anaona ni kama it's something kama watchman associated with kukaa tu hapo nje sijui kufanya nini. Hapa actually security ya huku you have to go to a training kwa polisi, inaitwa SIRA certificate, inafanywa na polisi. Unaona? So you are a direct contact with the police. So hapa si watchman ukisikia kazi. That's why Kenyans wengi wanafanya kazi ya security because of their height, because of their English, because Africans actually in general as let's say Africans in general. So what I was saying is our government inafaa kuwa na ikuwe na hizo guidelines za follow up on everyone, diasporans wote, not necessarily just Gulf, lakini diasporans wote, because the embassies have really failed us.
Okay.
Every time ukienda kwa embassy you find maybe usaidiki because kama unaona kama househelps wenye wanakuja maybe to Gulf countries, you find akienda embassy anafukuzwa, anaambiwa fuata ule maybe wewe ulitoroka, na maybe akona shida ukweli, yeye ametoroka na akajipeleka embassy, aje kuja huku nje ku associate na those who have freedom and all. Kuna mwenye ameenda genuinely kwa embassy kupata help ya kurudi nyumbani, anaambiwa hapana, anakuwa ignored. You get ignored. Una expect huyo arudi wapi? Aende kwa nani? Na ameshatoroka huko, akirudi huko atamalizwa, trust me, because they do want au watu hawatakangi ionekane ni kama walifanya nini makosa, so they will clear that part. That's why unapata watu wengine wanauliwa. Wanauliwa because wana try kuficha what they did to that woman, what they did to that lady. Unaona? So they wanatoa evidence yote yenye msichana anaweza ongea alifanywa hivi na hivi na hivi. So once ukishakuwa ignored by the embassy, where else will you go? Na huko ndio ulikuwa unaenda kupata help. Unaona? What's our follow up on the embassies? Let them follow up on the embassies. Wanafanya nini? Kwa hizi complaints zote, what is the government doing about it? Inafanya nini? What you follow up kama sasa hawana, kama tayari unajua sasa like hizi agencies ziko, they are registered. Ziko registered, hata ukienda ku follow up unapata iko registered in the labor ministry. So wako allowed kutuma watu waende Saudi. Iko allowed kuwaleta watu Gulf yote maybe. Iko allowed kupeleka watu baharini, iko allowed kupeleka watu Kuwait or anything. Mtu akipata shida huko, agency inafanya nini about it? Embassy inafanya nini about it? Mbona isi take action on these agencies zenye zinapeleka watu na follow up on things? Kwa sababu once umepeleka mtu kutoka Kenya, ameenda nyumba fulani, unaweza pata kwa maybe embassy haijui hiyo, atalienda hiyo nyumba. But embassy inafaa iende ikuwe so tight on the agent, amwambie msichana ulimpeleka wapi. Unaona? Follow up on these things so that watu wetu wasipotee, wasichana wetu wasipotee because of ignorance. Okay, they were ignorant from Kenya. It doesn't mean that wakisha kuja sasa huku nje. Because now they've done the mistake. Inafanywa aje na so what is the government doing about it? Kwa sababu ili allow your agent apeleka alete huko.
Okay.
Ili allow, and that is why they normally go directly to the villages. Unaona zile villages huko ndani.
Nimeona amefika kwetu kwa mtaani huko.
Mwenye ajui hata ndege inakaa aje, hata ndio anagaidiwa everything. That's why ajuangi hata amepewa ticket, anaona vizuri in English imeandikwa anaenda Riyadh.
Bana Ombui amesema hata escalator hajui ni nini.
Kwani hata wanajua hata that's why wanasemanga niletee mtu mwenye wa village. Ukipata our agencies, wewe unaona chukuri. Watanichukia for this, lakini wanakuambianga niletee mtu wa village, ule mwenye ameshaishiwa na maisha, wale the desperate ones. Hao sasa unaona those ones, hawa ndio wanatumika sana, because they can't, hawezi jiprotect huko. That's why ukienda kuambia mtu ati nimesoma nimefanya nini, sidhani kama anaweza kupea kazi, kwa sababu anajua utaenda kujiondoa huko.
Okay, sawa.
Wanataka wale those ones in the village. So my last my last sentiment is government to follow up. Now if kama hawezi follow,
I think we've lost Fedu again.
Wafunge. No, I can hear you.
Okay. Wafunge. Haya. Josephine kama amepotea. I think we've lost Josephine again. Josephine has disappeared because I wanted her to tell us yake ya mwisho. So tuende kwa Ombui, that is Bernard Birundu, alafu tufunge na ambassador wenyewe. Haya, Ombui. Mambo yako ya mwisho.
Yes. Yeah, so ile kitu ningesema ni kwamba the agencies ambazo zina deal na issue ya kupeleka wasichana Dubai, they are in cahoots with some government officials. So it's a cartel, very corrupt. So there's nothing much that can be done to streamline those agencies. That's number one. So they will continue to take innocent Kenyan ladies to Saudi Arabia wakienda kuumia. Number two, we must create awareness as we are doing now. Tujaribu sana kuelimisha wasichana wetu. Tuongee kwa Kiswahili, kwa wale wenye ambao waelewi Kizungu, tuwaambie hatari ambazo wataenda kukumbana nazo huko Saudi Arabia. Huko ni jahanamu. Another thing, nimesikia sana wengine wakikasifu wasichana wa kwenda kufanya mambo ya ukahaba. Sio kupenda kwao. Sababu huyu mzee akimalizana na bibi yake usiku huko kwa Pekecheng,
anasonga.
Huyu msichana.
Anabadilisha uwanja.
Alafu asubuhi akipika chakula, huyu mzee ndiye anaenda kumwagia maji moto kuonyesha bibi kwamba anashikia huyu msichana, lakini usiku anamfanyia mambo. Huyu msichana anakuwa depressed mpaka anaenda kutoroka kwenda kufanya hiyo maneno, because hiyo maneno sio kitu anapenda. Anataka kutuma pesa nyumbani, and at some point yeye ndiye ana decide ni mzee mgani analala nayo. It's better than ile ya kumwagiwa maji usiku, unakujiwa, unakuwa forced, unafanya mambo mengine. Mambo ya embassy. Embassy za Kenya ni ofyo kabisa. I have to be honest. Either iko USA, either iko Saudi Arabia, either iko Dubai, hiyo tusitegemee. Vile Alfred amesema, wa Kenya tujiunge pamoja kwa vikundi ili tuweze kusaidiana mmoja wetu akiwa na shida. Kama Saudi Arabia, wa Kenya wakuje pamoja wale wako huko. Kama kuna Mkenya mwenzetu ambaye amepata shida huko, wamsaidie. Hata sisi huku tukiwa Amerika, kama kuna Mkenya huko Saudi Arabia amekumbana na shida, tuko tayari kutoa pesa, hata kama ni kumlipia ticket, atoke katika hizo hali za hatari ambazo siko huko Saudi Arabia. Another thing, why can't we forget kwamba Saudi Arabia iko Jupiter, na Kenya hatuna astronauts ambazo wanaweza tupeleka huko. Tusahau na ili sisi wenyewe wasichana wetu wasiwe wanaenda huko. Tusahau kwamba Saudi Arabia iko on earth. Tufikirie namna zingine za kujisaidia kimaisha. Ile 30,000 ambayo Mkenya analipwa huko Saudi Arabia, akiamua kuuza mbuta, inaitwa mbuta ama inaitwa nini, samaki, ama mandizi, ama chakula, anything, hawezi kosa kupata 20,000. Hata kama atakosa 10,000, 20,000 inatosha, na atakuwa na wakati na familia yake, na atakuwa na amani. Asante sana Bwana Gerard, ninafurahia sana kuleta hii topic. I'm very much passionate about it because lazima tusaidie wasichana wetu. Hatutaki kuona coffins zikitoka Saudi Arabia because ya unyama ya wale watu ambao wanasema kwamba hawa ni mcha Mungu, lakini hao wenyewe ndio wanaua binadamu kama hao. Kitu kingine, Jim Gate anafaa kuomba msamaha kwa wamama wa Kenya vile aliongea. Hiyo ni kitu mbaya, aliongea sana. And I am surprised vile kama ni ukweli yako na agency inapeleka wasichana huko Saudi Arabia. I'm shocked.
Alisema
aombe msamaha kwa yale mambo alisema, kwamba wale wasichana ambao wana ubizo huko Saudi Arabia ni ukahaba wanaenda kufanya huko. Hiyo ni makosa kubwa. Si kutarajia mtu kama yule ambayo is an icon in the society anaanza kusema mambo kama hayo kutoka akili yake. Even though ninajua kama kuna agency kama hiyo, lazima asimame imara kudefend hiyo agency, lakini tunajua hizo agency they are very corrupt, ni cartels, na zinapeleka wasichana huko Saudi Arabia bila hao kujua wanapelekwa Saudi Arabia, wakifikiri wanaenda Dubai ama nchi zingine. Asante sana Bwana Gerard.
Asante sana. Thank you so much Ombui. Haya, naona Josephine amerudi na kuna jamaa ameingia pale, lakini Alfred, naomba utaifunga. Acha niingize wangwana hapa katikati. Zak au Goma, haraka kwa dakika sekunde 30 tafadhali. Zak, very quickly.
Okay, thanks. Gerard, before Zak, nataka before nipe, I'll donate 30 seconds of mine to Boit.
To Boit. Fine, okay. No problem. Okay. Zak. Very quickly.
Okay, nikimalizia naweza sema sisi binadamu tunafaa tukae treated with a lot of dignity and in no way tunafaa to face dhuluma yoyote, maybe tukienda ku hustles za nje. So I take it as the government inafaa ichukue the responsibility ya kuprotect Kenyans ambao wanahaswa hapa ndani na wengine pia ambao wameenda kutafuta riziki pale nje. Asante sana.
Okay, asante sana. Josephine? Josephine?
Yes.
Haya, tuambie mambo yako ukiondoka.
Ile kitu mimi naweza nika-advise wale wasichana wanataka kwenda Arabuni, siwezi ambia mtu ati nini travel Arabuni, but nataka kumwambia ujue ukipanda ndege unaenda Mwarabu anaanza kukutumia vibaya. Kwa hivyo hizo ni nini nasikia training ati wana train mtu how vile unaweza tumia microwave gas, sijui gas cooker, whatever. Hizo sio training. Hizo training wanastahili wafundishe kutrain watu how to work for 20 hours non-stop, how to stay without food. Vile unaweza kaa na mtu amkange ni kukutusi, akikutusi each and every hour. Kama unaweza ukahandle vitu kama hizo ni sawa travel. Manake mimi siwezi ambia mtu sijui kuko hivi stay here in Kenya. No, siwezi kukuambia, because as me for experience nikitravel nilikuwa very poor, singekuwa na kitu, but nimeenda huko nimekaa Arabuni for 6 years, nikakuwa na pesa na kurudi hapa hivi nikiwa heri sasa. Afadhali
so uende tu utafute kazi, lakini kwa sababu hauwezi kaa nyumbani. Kama ungekaa pia ungezama, si ndio?
Ungezama. Kwa hivyo prepare yourself psychologically. Si ati hii story ya kujua kutumia gas nini. Prepare yourself psychologically, working 20 straight hours for 2 years.
Okay, sawa. Asante sana Josephine, na pole kwa haya mambo ulipitia. Mambo yatakuwa sawa.
Hani sawa.
Mambo yatakuwa shwari tu. Ukipata nafasi nyingine labda ongea na Fedu hapo, labda atakuonyesha vile utafika pale Dubai. Upate Waarabu ambao wanaongea Kiingereza. Na wengine.
Hapana, siwezi kurudi kabisa Arab country. I've been there, nimekuwa Saudia, nimekuwa Doha na nimekuwa kabisa Iraq.
Uwezi kanyaga?
Nimekuwa kabisa Iraq.
Haya, sawa. Kipkemboi Sami na kuona. So Kipkemboi utazungumza kidogo sababu naona umeingia. Dakika sekunde 30 pia, alafu Boyd, alafu Alfred atafunga. Haya, Kipkemboi Sami.
Hello Gerard.
Hello, sir, how are you?
Today we have had a very informative meeting.
Asante.
And I'm happy. I have nothing to say. I'm just sympathizing with the people who are actually suffering in UAE and the entire Gulf. Otherwise, let our government do the due diligence. We are hoping the next government will take international relations seriously so that our people don't suffer. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Boyd?
Yeah, asante sana. Mimi naitwa Joshua Boyd, niko India. Na nimejoin tu saizi na nafurahi kwamba na I'm trying to help, najaribu kusaidia wasichana wengi wako Oman, wako Iraq, wengine wamepelekwa Yemen, wengine wako Dubai. Right now I'm dealing with almost 100 cases. Hata nilikuwa naangalia wakati minister alikuwa anaongea na wakati alilemea na wale wasichana kwa Saudi Arabia. Wenye walikuwa kutoka Saudi Arabia. So right now hata kuna msichana alijaribu kutoroka na wana shida. Najua nimeandikia embassy barua, nimepiga simu directly from India, but they are not responding. Or respond most of the time. And wakati minister alikuwa anaongea, nafikiri anaenda the Minister of Labor, anaenda Saudi Arabia, nafikiri the end of this month ama next month, even alisema. When he's talking, najua kuna wasichana, kuna training iko Nyali, kuna training iko hapo mahali naitwa Kikuyu. Kuna wasichana huko. I've had contacts with them right now, almost 300 girls. Every week 100 girls are going to Saudi Arabia. The government is talking kwa media, inaongea na media in Kenya. They are not investigating the issues that are happening there. Nobody is following up the story. Unaangalia wasichana wengi hawaguzangi passport ya, wengine wanapewa passport kwa airport. Kama wasichana wanne wenye wali travel last week. Nimekuwa nikiongea nao kwa training, wanasema hiyo training hiyo Kikuyu. Hata natumanisha sanitary parts inaenda huko, lakini I'm doing investigative journalism. I'm trying to find out the real story. Most of them are being taken, vile walikuwa wamesema, from villages huko ndani. Na kuna disconnect. Imagine Ministry of Immigration Department. Passports zinapeanwa, visa zinapeanwa, everybody anajua. So it is modern day slavery. Our agents ni cartels. Agents hawasaidii kitu yote. Right now kuna msichana alipewa sumu, aliargue na mdosi wake juzi. Amepewa sumu. Saizi tuko na group ya 10 people na baba mzazi kwa Kapsabet. Msichana alipewa sumu.
Alipewa sumu na employer.
Anapiga simu embassy anaandikiana, hakuna kitu anafanyiwa, lakini level best. Thank you.
Wow. I think we need, guys, I don't know, but I think we need to do this conversation again. I think we need to really to do this conversation again in the interest of Kenyans. Right? Ambassador.
I agree.
Asante sana, Gerald. I guess I invited Boyd because Boyd is a guy who has worked, and I've seen what he does with these people in the Middle East as a journalist, a PhD journalist in India. Quite a number of things happening everywhere, right from India to Yemen and all those places.
Yeah.
So I would wish you to give an airtime. Boyd, akuja kuambia tu experience yake yenye amefanya. He's been doing great, and we loved you, Boyd, for what you do. And of course, call us raia wengine tukuje tuseme yetu venye tunajua venye tuko. Lastly, Gerald, is that of course, apart from the government being given being supposed to be doing what they meant to do, also agents should be followed. There are also some rogue agents who just come there for money. Those agents who would be there just once you leave, they don't have any contacts with you or your parents or your relatives or anyone. And I will tell you this, Gerald, those agents earn a lot of money. It is not only the money that you pay on the day that you're doing your service with them, but also they get some commission from these companies that you go work for them, these universities and colleges, like in Australia, that you come and study in. So those agents also should be given, they should be responsible and follow up for their clients. Parents should also have contacts with these agents so that they will be going there, even in Eldoret, you go there and you say, look, how is my daughter? How is my son? And you're given a report. And if that report would not match with what you get after some point, then that agent is able to be, sababu we don't want also to take people and then start blaming, saying agents are cartels and maybe kuna wenye sio cartels or anything. But as of now, many of them are cartels. To be sincere, as of now, many of them are cartels. And this, they want to prove us otherwise. We will treat them as cartels until they prove otherwise. Another thing is also our embassies. We truly want you to be responsible for Kenyans. Don't go sit there and don't do much, and yet you are there because of those people who are in those countries. If you are in Australia, make sure that these people are well and okay. If you are in Yemen, make sure that those people are well and okay. The Ministry of Labor, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, call them, Gerald. We task you, bring them in here. Let us have a Zoom meeting. Let us have a conference together. Let us ask questions, and they will be. I think they are there, and they will not be able to say they are busy. We are in Diaspora, and the reason why they are in those offices is because
for
of
you
us.
guys. Yes,
they should create time for you to host them, and we come and we ask questions, and they will, be able to answer us, and we will be able to learn also some other things. Maybe kuna vitu tunaona tu tunasema pia na uchungu, maybe kuna venye wanacheza kivyao, wakuja watuambie hiyo maneno wanafanya. And of course, embassies, like here in Australia currently, Gerald, wanatafuta watu wa kulima wenye wanaweza kuja kununua shamba waweke ng'ombe na mbuzi.
Hiyo ni ngapi by the way? Hata mimi nimechoka hapa na bibi. Ni ngapi?
Wanatafuta watu ya mkono kwa shamba. Unaona na watu wanaenda kupik machungwa nini, wanatafuta hao watu. But our embassy are not doing any contact with this country.
Lakini unaweza kula machungwa ukichuna, si ndio?
Ni sawa.
Unapewa kwanza, ukienda kwa shamba, Gerald, unapata mtu ako na 10,000 acres, ako na machungwa, ako na ng'ombe. Wewe unashindwa kukamua ng'ombe na mashini?
Hata wanipea na mkono bwana, wacha nitashaka hiyo kazi. Things are very relevant here.
These embassies should be responsible, should also make contacts, should also make connections. Like what is happening, they should also go with the trends. Hapa ukikuja kama wewe ni mkulima sasa from Middle East, not Middle East, Asian Pacific, these countries are making contact, and if you come from those countries, sababu wewe ni mkulima ama mtu utaenda kufanya kazi kwa shamba, unapewa directly residency. Kama unakuja kufanya kazi full time, kidogo kidogo umekuwa mtu wa hii country. Wewe utarudi Kenya kuanza kungangana shamba la mawe. Wewe unakuwa mkulima hapa, siku 2-3 unaanza kulima yako hapa. So we want also to make sure that these agents also Gerald una left
Nipo nakusikia. Nakusikia. Niko.
So yeah, we want also them to be responsible and also make connections for our Kenyans and let us know what is happening. Other than that, hii team yenye iko hapa tufungue ka committee ya kwanza maisha, and thank you so much for coming in, and wherever you are, if there are opportunities, share with our brothers. Na waambie ukweli. Mimi naambianga mtu ukweli. Fanya hivi, hapa unakuja kulipa fees, hapa maisha ni ngumu. Nini nilisemanga juzi mnipe 5k ndio niwapatie maneno nikapigwa mawe. So Zabura tena.
Pole, niliona walikuangukia. Lakini of God is many.
Najaribu kuambia vitu yenye waambiwi. But tutasaidi kusaidiana. Kuna wenye walilipa wakafaulu wanapata information yote. But we are happy to share whatever we have also, so that every Kenyan mwenye angependa kufika Australia, mwenye angependa kufika India pia ajue what is needed. And of course, the importantly is ukifika penye huko, tafuta wa Kenya, muongee, usiende kukua island. Mimi sitaki maneno ya wa Kenya. Kuna hiyo tag. Mimi sitaki maneno ya wa Kenya. Alafu siku yenye wanajaribu kutafuta mwili tutachukuaje, wa Kenya wanaingilia. Sasa hapo ndio wa Kenya watafika. So tuendelee kuishi kama ndugu na dada.
Okay. Asante sana Alfred.
Bwana Gerald, real quick. Bwana Boyd, nimepost link ya WhatsApp group yetu hapo kwa messages. If you can click on it and join the WhatsApp group Chebet, join our Diaspora WhatsApp group so that we can continue our conversation. Bwana Boyd, we are interested to know how we can help you in your endeavor right now, so that tusaidiane bwana. Hawa ni watu wetu bwana. Hata kama tuwajui, they are still Kenyans. We need to help one another.
Sure, guys, and I think we'll continue this conversation again, probably on an evening. I'll try and find a way we can have this. I'll also call the CS for labor at this Chelugui, and ampigia simu. Then we see if there is anything, if we can have a conversation on of these fine evenings together, tuzungumze, and have to know best we can work. So I'll talk to him. What time is it? I can see you, Boyd. Okay, please, Boyd. Naona umeinua mkono. Sema.
Yeah, hata nilikuwa natafuta, nimetumia almost 3 ambassadors to get the contact of Chelugui, because if I have almost 67 girls who are in desperate need of help right now in Saudi Arabia, huyu wasumu hata baba yake ameshindwa afanya nini. So I wanted to talk about it, na KTN are planning a program for me. And I remember when I talked to the president in 2017, the president had told me that I will go and talk about this issue. So if you can reach the Minister of Labor, Chelugui, then it will be good, because he's going to Saudi Arabia. And I can be able to ensure that the girls in Jeddah, in Medina, in Riyadh, atakutana na wasichana more than 1,000. Wow. I'll bring them, the girls, I have in several groups, I'll bring them all to you, and then he'll talk to them directly, because wasichana wanataka kukutana naye. Kuna vitu siwezi ongea hapa, lakini kuna vitu mingi watasema kuhusu our mission wenye wako huko. So just tell him that the girls want to talk to him. Okay. Ndamtumia manamba ya wasichana 1,000.
I'll call him up today. Probably in the afternoon, and then he can tell me how best we can approach this. But I'll make sure I call him, or I visit him in the office anytime between now and tomorrow. I'll call him up, then we see. If I can plan an appointment with him, I'll call him up, then we see if we can have a forum all of us. We have this discussion once more. We see if we can make a change where we can. Also, sometimes they say knowledge is power. So whatever knowledge you're going to dispense from this point of view, I can see Kips is very well versed with foreign policies and laws. So it could help us at least to help our people to maneuver that way. And they also know when someone approaches you and tells you, I'm going to do this and this, what should you interrogate? When someone tells you about going to a certain country, what are the laws there? You know, sometimes as well, you get there, you find it's a jungle. You don't understand what the laws are there. But anyway, I want to commend you as well, Boyd, for what you're doing. I actually hadn't noticed this, but you're doing a good job. Keep doing it. And I want to encourage all of us as well in this forum. Wherever you are, try and make a change. I've been seeing Alfred as well has been pushing the, I think it's called Kitwick in Australia. I've seen Kips as well there. I've seen these guys, and Australia has a very nice community. I want to see also Kinarama doing the same thing in the US. I think Kinarama US ndio kila mtu anataka kukaa. Niliwaambia mkule nyama. Nyinyi Kinarama na kina mtu kina sang. You need to find a way, and kina Umbui. You need to find a way to have some nyama somewhere. And let's have this conversation in a better way. Also, good friend Fedu in Dubai. I mean, whatever you are, try and make a change. Try and ensure that your neighbor feels safer. Because when you're out there, we have us. It's us against the world. So they say. Until next week, but I'll update you guys on the group. So if you've sent us, Arama send the link, join the group, then I'll update you on what we get to discuss with Chelugui today. But I'll give him a call, most definitely. All right. Thank you, guys. Take care. Bye. Right. The guys as well who has been on Facebook and also on YouTube. Asanteni sana. Thank you so much for joining us this morning on the Diaspora edition. Thank you for being part of this conversation. I've not been able to read the comments because of the robust conversation we've been having here. But well, we'll be able to be part of this conversation together. Next week or any day, I'll communicate any time between, or we could have a show, maybe specifically for this, on an evening or on a day that is that works for all of us, so that we can push this to a notch higher and ensure that our citizens who are out there are safer. If the government cannot be there for them, then we'll be there for them. Until tomorrow on Sharia Wiki. See you tomorrow. We are celebrating the 11th birthday of COK 2010. So tutakuwa pale cinema, Kenya Cinema pale town asubuhi from 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. We'll be having a discussion around COK 2010. And the theme of the birthday is back or bite. Back or bite. Till then, see you. Take care. This is Tackle and Dance now. Bye-bye. We love you. Signing out. Bye, guys.